Previously on Twin Portals.
In episode 1, we met our 4 heroes, new friends brought together by fate in the Yawning Portal Tavern at the heart of Waterdeep. The 4 of them, Scoot, Ilka, Lark, and Zay, were getting to know one another over berries and ale when they were interrupted by a murderous brawl between 2 gangs, one clad in black leather armor, the other sporting colorful tattoos. Lark's business associate was involved in the fight, so the crew jumped in, proving their valor before the patrons of the tavern. As the dust settled, the friends were approached by a flamboyant local celebrity, Volothamp Gadarm, whose passionate plea for help, as well as several bags of gold, bought their assistance. He begged them to find his friend, Floon Blagmar, a tall, dark, and beautiful man with flowing red hair that had gone missing 2 nights previous. As the sun set over the docksward, the 4 friends caught a ride into the heart of the slums, where Floon was last seen. They followed the breadcrumbs from a bloody crime scene to a mysterious curiosity shop, to an extremely grim tavern, piecing the connections together, until at last they followed the black leather-clad Zentarim to the gloomy Candle Lane, facing down the dark, mostly silent, seemingly abandoned warehouse. Let's do this. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Twin Portals, episode 2. Let's all descend together into the imagination sphere as we re-enter the city of Waterdeep. Where we left off, our 4 intrepid explorers were stumbling through the darkness of Candle Lane in the dock ward. They were exploring a warehouse that seemed to be abandoned. However, when they went through the front door, first of all, when Scoot went through the front window with his head, they heard a resounding echo, but then when Lark went through the front door, he heard the sound of footsteps trickling away from the doorway. And where we left our heroes, they were in the darkness of this reception, standing over these 3 corpses where blood slowly drained into the floorboards.
Oh man, should we try to help these poor people that are dying on the floor?
I think they're dead.
Yeah, they seem dead.
Love your optimism,
sad.
but...
Yeah.
Sad
Should
day.
we help their gold?
Shame if it went away.
Yeah, wouldn't it be?
We should probably just...
For the balance of all things, we should check.
It's the way of nature.
Check
It goes back into the community.
gold that
currency,
needs to be redistributed.
Yes.
The circle of money life.
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps in their belongings we could learn more about them.
We could also take a look at the wounds, because we did see a kind of a weird bat sort of creature. So were these stab
That's
wounds?
a good point. Figure out how
were
they died.
bite wounds?
It's kind of dim, the light in here, but you can see very clearly Scott.
Yeah, I'm great.
With your
Scoot.
magic eyes. Scoot. Pardon me, Scoot.
Thank
You
you.
don't know who Scott is. This is Scoot.
Yeah.
Hello, Scoot.
Hi, how's it going?
Great. Scoot, you can see that all 3 of these bodies have multiple puncture wounds and lacerations, as if they were cut apart by daggers and knives.
Okay.
However, some of them on their necks and faces, 2 of the bodies, you notice small indentations as if they were pecked.
No.
Like a needle or a very fine dagger.
Mm-mm. I don't like that.
No bueno.
I don't know. That's not
And
good.
it's very bloody and messy.
Just a horror show right there.
Yep.
Are there other doors off this room?
Yeah, there are. There are 2 doors. There's one door that goes to the west towards the other office that Scoot poked his head through earlier, which is behind the reception desk. And then dead ahead, past the 3 bodies, there's another door, a big wooden door that seems like it leads to whatever the business is of this warehouse.
Before we move on, I feel like we should prepare for battle, but I also would like to block the door behind us in case that creature tries to return, and maybe they won't be able to get in this room if that creature is what caused these lovely marks on their necks.
Mm-hmm. So 2 things. One, this warehouse is a 2-story warehouse, and you're on the ground level right now. And as far as you know, there could be any kind of openings or windows on the upper level that you haven't seen yet.
So maybe I don't block our escape route?
I'm just letting you know, like, from perspective-wise, there's many sides that you haven't addressed yet, so blocking this door may not achieve what you want. Secondly, I wanted to retcon slightly that since you spent a bunch of time in the bar the last session, I want to give you guys the benefits of a short rest if you'd like that. And as a part of that, since you were drinking, relaxing so much, Scoot, if you would like to regain 1 rage.
I will take 1 rage.
From the charity of the gods.
So relaxed.
Oh my God.
You look ready to get pissed again. At least 1 more time.
I was so nervous. This is a big warehouse.
It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
By the power of the shitty ale
Oh my
at
lord.
the Skewered Dragon.
Okay.
And Ilka's melodious strains. Good rejuvenate.
Bolstered
strains.
spirits.
Do I will roll that hit die to get some a d12 to get some hit points back. I only need a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Topped off. Did anybody else take damage ever? Cool. So this was for me. Thanks.
I'm a Heidi pants.
You are.
The whole party kind of is.
I
Except
don't
for
think
you.
I cast. I don't think I cast much of anything.
You did
Mine were just cantrips.
Yeah, you did a
Vicious
mockery.
mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Try to get somebody to soil themselves.
Yeah, you made somebody feel
Yes.
really bad.
Yes.
And he walked that off, didn't he?
He did.
That jerk.
Yeah.
Go nearly as well as I'd hoped.
He just took it like a champ.
Okay. Who feels better? Scoot raises his hand.
I feel better that you feel better.
You see the blood, it just reminds you of childhood trauma, and you're like, man, I could just keep going.
I just take a dab and just put it on my tongue. Oh, I'm so mad now.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Don't get mad yet.
Oh, thank you for calming me down, Zay.
It's like a Black Widow Hulk relationship here.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's creeping towards that. I am green.
Oh, a Black Widow Hulk relationship. These are copyrighted names, so we'll have to cut all of this anyways. But
There's a spider, see?
Oh, Black Widow Hulk.
Hulk,
Got it.
I'm going to leave it in just to see if Marvel's
It's a
listening.
different
Yeah.
universe
do it.
that I'm also aware of.
I would like to search the bodies.
Very well. Roll investigation.
That is a whopping 3.
You quickly give the bodies a pass, and you notice that it seems like somebody's already rifled through their pockets, and there seems to be nothing on them aside from the weapons that are on the ground, which were ignored, and their black leather armor, which is in pretty good condition still, and could potentially be salvaged.
Okay, I checked all the bodies. There's nothing here. We should definitely move in. Friends, this reminds me of that Rowan Crooks story where he found the bodies and then there were like marauders hiding and he bravely fought them off.
There's a song about it. It's in 6/8. You know that da 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 da. Yeah, I can play it, and then we'll call more attention to it. So maybe I won't play it, but I'll sing it to you later.
I would love that so much. Thanks, Ilka.
I'm here for you.
I still don't know who Rowan Crooks is.
Yeah, have you told me about Rowan Crooks?
I think yes, I have definitely talked
Did I
about Rowan
listen?
Crooks multiple. There are Rowan Crooks posters up in our place.
They're covering holes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I just thought that was like extravagant wallpaper.
Rowan
Those
Crooks,
upper class.
the greatest folk hero of all time. He steals from the rich and gives to the poor.
Oh, he sounds cool.
He's super
Are
cool.
we gonna? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I will steal from the rich, take
I know,
some,
that
and give the
makes
rest
sense.
away.
That makes sense. It makes sense that way you're so brave.
If
You're modeling yourself after RC.
RC.
RC. All hail RC.
And his cola.
And just cola.
Just thinking
That's
that.
He's got his own brand of merchandise at this point. He's retired. Rowan Crooks has been on the DL for many
now
years.
how he makes
cashing
his
in.
money
Yeah.
is by selling sugary sodas.
So I guess is the door that leads into the rest of the offices, it is closed.
It is closed.
Okay. I'm going to bravely try to thrust my way through, like I'm going to kick it really hard, and I'm tiny. That's
Make a strength roll.
But I believe in you.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 13, and I say, "For the common man," and I kick the door.
Well, bam! You hit that door, and the whole foundation of this warehouse kind of shakes a little bit, and dust flies off the walls. However, the door is locked. And a big steel lock that is right there in the darkness kind of clanks. And it does not open. But you do hear a sound on the other side of the door, like a sort of a like pigeons taking off, like a fluttering wings sound. And then a faint and then there's silence.
Ouch!
Is that how Rowan Crooks did it?
He made it through.
Oh.
He was here before us?
No, I wish. No, he's not real.
Oh.
Oh.
As far as you know.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perhaps we could find a key to this lock.
It's a pretty big, old-fashioned lock.
I think I can pick this.
All right.
I think you can.
I scared some pigeons. I don't know if you heard that. So that is a 21?
Yeah.
24.
Melted.
20,
So you
23,
kind of just grab the lock and caress it like an old lover, and you whisper into the hole with some lockpick tools, metaphorically, and it just like comes apart in your hand. It's beautiful, and you feel at peace with the world as you hold this unlocked, massive padlock.
I think I got it.
I have to ask, are you writing a song about making love to a lock now?
Whisper into the hole.
Got it.
I believe that's my working
That's the
title.
title of it, yes.
A lockpick's whimsy.
Beautiful.
Oh, God.
Inspirational.
We're taking fan art to a whole new level.
That's my new Tinder tagline.
You mean Zinder? I think Zinder is a service, actually.
Zinder?
Zinder, that's right.
Cinder.
You can download it on your Sending Stone. It's free.
It's free. But it has ads.
Well, halflings gotta make money.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So the lockpick the lock doesn't exist anymore.
Correct. You can keep it if you want. I mean, it's a functional lock.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Nice job, friend.
Thanks, friend.
I go in the door.
You open the door.
I open the door.
Very well. You step through this portal.
Just one.
Metaphorically portal.
Oh, thank you.
There's only one.
My eyes open real wide.
And through it, you see a dimly lit room. There's a couple of embery torches along the walls of this massive warehouse. You're standing on the upper level of a balcony,
Okay.
looking down over this warehouse that's full of old crates and barrels.
So we went in on the ground floor and this is dug down?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
This would be like in the basement
Yep.
from where you walked in.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in, you see that tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed across the floor. It's kind of hard to see because there's so much clutter everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice as you step out over this balcony overlooking this warehouse that the corpses of a dozen men lie along the walls with rapiers and daggers laying nearby. And on the north side of this balcony to your right, you see a stairway leading down towards this warehouse area. It appears to be quiet.
Yeah, because there's 12 dead guys there.
But recently there was something moving in this room because we heard a shuffling.
I think it was just pigeons.
Probably. You're pretty smart. I think you're right. It was definitely pigeons.
You have a lot of experience with pigeons.
Yeah.
It sounded like
It
pigeons.
sounded like pigeons to me. This
What
is not
you
how
do?
it's...
So I look in, I see, no one else has dark vision, so I kind of have to describe it, right? Or how dim is it in there? Can everybody else see all
It's
this?
dim light. You can maybe see like 30 feet out.
Okay.
Everyone. You can see 60 feet
I
with your
can.
dark vision.
Can I cast dancing lights in here?
Definitely.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights in here.
What does it look
It's a
like?
cantrip. I hum a little song under my breath, and bluish green lights, about 12 of them, gently waft out. Kind of if you could picture the blowing into a dandelion and the puffs come out, and those puffs are going to settle at about equal distances around the room. They like corners most of all.
Cool.
Ooh.
Kind of collect like bubbles.
Why don't we do this all of the time? Can we decorate an apartment with these?
And as you do that, again you hear a from the right near the staircase.
I
Acknowledge
am
the
gonna
noise.
cast. I cast Speak with Animals.
Do you now?
Is that an
it a
area? Is
signature?
that an area of effect?
Oh, it
thing,
might
or
be.
How does that work?
Speak with animals?
Is it targeted?
Well, it's just her. It just, it's a target.
It's me.
I see.
I target myself.
Yes, and then she can
I
talk
can
to...
comprehend and communicate with beasts for the duration.
Cool.
And if it's intelligent, that would go even better.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, yep. So after I have cast Speak with Animals on myself, I say hello.
Just in common?
In common or in like a certain animal?
Well, that's I want to see if I can get it to make noises again, and then see if I understand those noises.
Okay, so you kind of walk out there and you're like, "Hello."
I step forward slightly from the group, and say hello. Oh no!
Always rolling dice.
All right, you step out into this onto this balcony past Scoot,
Towards the 12 dead guys.
towards the 12 dead guys.
Above the 12 dead guys.
Yeah, standing over them,
Okay.
very safely, and you call out "hello" in a pacifying way, and very suddenly, behind you, into your ear, you hear a voice say, "I'm not Floon."
Do the rest of us hear that, or?
Scoot does,
Whoa!
Do we hear it as words or as animal tongue?
as words.
You cast it on me too. I can hear that deer. So, who's not Floon?
And then Scoot, above you, you hear another voice say, "I'm not Floon." How do you react?
My eyes widen, and I turn around and ask Ilka if she sees any animals that are saying that they are not Floon.
As you turn towards Ilka, you suddenly feel a blade pressed against your throat. And the same voice like changes, it alters its tone behind you, and it says, "The Xanathar sends its regards." And then the blade slices into you.
What?
And you take 5 damage as this knife cuts into your shoulder blade and your neck.
What are Ilka
And you
Lars?
see next to you now that and Scoot, you see this as well, that there's this figure that just sprang out from behind the crates near Zay, is this humanoid being with a crow's head and black eyes and kind of a shoddy armor, holding 2 knives, and it just slashed and a gout of blood came out of Zay's innocent neck. And then above you, Scoot,
No, Birdman.
you hear a shuffling of wings,
Oh no.
and then another similar being drops down from the ceiling onto you. And you take 6 damage
Oh,
as
okay.
this being stabs into your back as it kind of lands on top of you.
Made a terrible
You two see these 2 birds, these 2 beings attacking your friends. Roll for initiative.
Oh man.
Ookie dookie. Oh ha.
Zay rolled 19. Or, well, I did. For
Modified 18.
17, 19.
Nice.
4.
Are you too saddened by the sight of the blood on the tiny halfling?
That's probably why. He's
Yeah.
stunned.
That's totally, yeah. Yes.
Or you just
That's
don't
it.
care enough to do anything about it. You're like, oh, wait.
I don't like birds.
Ilka, you're up first.
I get shocked by them.
They're about 40 feet away, the 2 of them. Scoot's closer.
40 feet?
The one that's on top of Scoot is maybe 20 feet away, and Zay is more like 40 feet away.
From her?
From Ilka, 'cause she's in the doorway still, looking
I have
out.
stuff with a 30-foot and a 60-foot range.
Mhm.
Zay, you took what kind of damage?
5 damage for half my health. Rounded down. I'm feeling very sickly.
I'm gonna throw some healing word on Zay.
Yeah. What's the word?
Rejuvenate. Stop bleeding now, please.
I do my best to remember snippets of a song about halflings, and I imbue it with healing and strength in Zay's direction.
Do you
To
roll
knit her
to
wounds.
recover, or?
I think you roll like a d8.
1d4 plus
Plus your mod. Nice.
Yes.
6.
I have.
Sing a song.
I feel
Exactly
revived.
the number I was missing.
Would you like to move, or is that
you
it?
have a
for you?
larger pool than that.
Does the wound knit up along my neck? How does that work?
You remember what it's like to be a halfling and just the essence of your being and how peaceful you are and how whole you feel in nature. And as you do that, your body mends itself magically. Thanks to Ilka.
Ilka, I'm going to remember that song forever. Thank you.
However, this bird is still breathing down your neck.
So the bird is still on top of...
Scoot. One on top of Scoot and one next to Zay.
Oh, am I up?
If Ilka's done with her turn, the next person would be Zay. Correct.
Yeah.
I had my weapon ready, which I said before as we were entering the room. Mm-hmm. So I stab up and behind me with my dagger.
That's awesome.
This is a terrible decision.
Do you have proficiency?
Yeah.
I do.
So proficient with daggers, that's 2, and then your strength mod. Which,
that's right. So I'm a 1.
Wait, you can use dexterity because it's a
dexterity.
finesse weapon.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So 9 plus 4.
13?
That hits. So you feel rejuvenated by Ilka, and you swing your blade with zeal backwards, knowing that the thing was right next to you, and you contact. So roll damage. 6 damage. So you blindly slash backwards, and you slice through this thing's head, kind of the same way that it hit you, right along the shoulder blade. And it cries out in a female voice. It says, "Please, no!" And it tumbles backwards, using a different, complete voice altogether, like it's mimicking different voices. And as it does that, Lark, that signals to you that this is a Kenku. You write about them in your stories. Volo's Guide talks about them, in fact. Kenku are these crow creatures that mimic other voices perfectly.
So I would also know that they would be able to mimic the voices of people that they had, the voices they're mimicking are
Voices they've heard.
voices they've heard.
Correct.
Was that heard or hurt?
Heard. Yes.
A little bit of both.
Well.
Likely.
Well.
Didn't know if they kill someone and then steal their voice.
No, yeah. That's... Will I... Oh, I can move through... I am so nimble. Mm-hmm. I can move through the space of any creature that is of a size larger than mine. So if I try to escape, I will not get an attack of opportunity? Or that it will not get an attack of opportunity?
I believe so, if that's what that does. Yeah. That sounds right.
I will
Roll with
attempt to move toward my hero, Lark.
To past Scoot.
Past Scoot.
Stab.
Save me, Lark.
That's what tanking is, just laying there and
like I
getting
said,
stabbed.
I run away. I run toward Lark. 25 whole feet.
Mm-hmm. So you make it to the doorway, standing next to Lark and Ilka.
I feel safe again.
Lark. The time is now, the day is here.
The one Kenku is still on Scoot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, and they're how far from me?
About 10 feet.
Or 10 feet away.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move within 5 feet of them and use a sneak attack. Rapier. Mm-hmm. So that's 19, 20, 23.
Easy hit again with the 23s.
That because it's a sneak attack, then I get a second d6 of damage. So the first rapier is a 6
Plus a mod.
plus a mod 8. Plus 4, so 12.
Oh man, so you kill this thing dead. That's on top of Scoot.
Leave my friends alone!
I knew I was right to run to you.
And just like the lock, the Kenku opens for you
Oh.
in a grisly display.
That's the sequel.
All
The Kenku
over-
opens for you.
All over Scoot.
All over Scoot.
I'm as happy as can be.
And it starts to parrot the same voice, please! And then it kind of morphs into this crow caw as it stumbles off of Scoot. Next is the Kenku. So the one that was attacking Zay charges forward with its daggers out towards you, Lark, since you just attacked its friend. And hits you with a 16.
Yes.
You will take 5 damage from its dagger as it slashes across your chest. growling at you menacingly like some sort of otherworldly beast. At the same time, from across the warehouse down below, you hear thump, thump, as these two other Kenku take aim at you, Lark, as you're standing over Scoot.
Oh no.
And they both miss as two arrows thunk, thunk, thud into the walls right behind you. And you're squaring up for this one in front of you. Next is Scoot. You just saw your friend kill something and then get attacked.
Yeah, so
many times.
I'm going to run up behind that Kenku and do I flank him?
You push up off the ground first, and then
yeah.
You guys are flanking it. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So, I was on the ground?
The thing fell on top of you, so it kind of,
Okay, so I thought he was just riding my back.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's easy.
Is it still within 15 feet then?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so I'll run up behind him. Did I get flanking advantage? Mm-hmm. Let's hit him. And make
Why
it
not?
hurt.
Let's try it out.
20.
I think a natural 20 will get you a hit. We'll roll with it this time.
All right, so that's just. We're just going double, right? Double
Yep.
and then the mod.
Yep.
Oh no! I rolled a 1. So that's 2 plus 3, so 5 damage on a critical hit.
money. So you're a bit discombobulated, and you swing downwards with your axe, but it's kind of twisted in your hand, so you pancake this one as well. But right on the skull, and you kind of leave like a huge crushing dent in its head, and it seems like it's kind of off its rocker, but it's still standing miraculously. This thing is very tough.
Birds have very thin bones.
It may have gotten a concussion,
Oh yeah,
but it's very brave and strong. It doesn't care.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That D12 is on the other side of the room now for the listeners, just so you know.
It's dead to us all.
It's going to live over there.
Ilka. There are 3 Kenku standing. The one right in front of you is kind of toddling around. It's sort of off its rocker at this point, but it's quickly gaining focus again.
How far away are the two what sent the arrows?
Possibly like 80 feet away. They're pretty far away on the opposite side of the warehouse.
So you just have the one left to deal with?
That's near you, yeah.
It's near.
What are you thinking?
I can try to stab it. I do in fact have a rapier, but I have no athletics and no strength, so this doesn't seem wise.
Rapier
Dex,
is Dex.
Dex bonus for it's a finesse weapon.
I have a little dexterity.
I think you've got like the most of the group, except for maybe Lark.
I have lots of dexterity. That makes no sense physiologically, but okay. I'm gonna try to stab it with the rapier. I have no strength, but I'm dexterous enough.
You need.
It's
Well,
good genes.
you play instruments, so you need dexterity for that.
Yeah, but in the Undead Rising, she's got the muscular atrophy.
Yeah,
That's why her strength is useless. Anyway,
She's got those
Yeah,
strong groveling
dexterous.
genes, you know.
well, I'm gonna try to stab it.
Roll it.
I'm not even
This one
here.
here.
It's alright.
This one here. Don't know which one to use.
6
plus
2.
plus.
Roll another one. You have
proficiency.
advantage because you have 2 friends that are also fighting this Kenku at this point, so it's distracting.
9.
Plus 4,
Plus
right?
4 is a 13.
13.
13 will connect, so roll damage.
Roll more than a 1.
is a
D6
D6.
for a rapier.
Plus your dex.
Plus
5 plus 2.
7.
7. You slay it in whichever manner you see most appropriate.
I slash the bastard through the heart.
Mm-hmm. You do. It has no armor on. Its armor is very it's like human clothing, but on this bird-shaped body, so it really doesn't fit or protect it at all. So you just get it right through, and it wasn't expecting you. It didn't even see you coming. And it kind of tumbles over into Scoot.
The barbarian does not have a kill,
Not yet.
but barbarian has a home, so
full of a bunch of people.
it's full of a bunch of people. You guys are get out of my house. Kicked out until I get a kill.
Try not to just talk really long instead of
Just saying.
Go for
Talk long, be brave.
it. Just do it. Just be natural.
No, I mean before I was like, I will find the word I want to say, and then you can cut this. The bird that I stabbed, is she still alive?
She is dead at this point.
Okay.
This one charged towards Scoot and then got impaled.
Right,
by
okay.
Lark.
Scoot, didn't I say? Didn't you hear her ask us not to hit her? She sounded so nice.
It's a Kenku. They're just parroting back what they've heard from the people that they've killed.
They're terribly manipulative.
That's what I was going to say. But I don't know what a Kenku is.
Lark, you're so smart.
It's in Volo's guide. I can show you later in my autograph.
So
copy.
we want to kill these. They're evil creatures.
We should probably, yeah.
All right.
I mean, they're not intrinsically evil.
They're dangerous.
These
Philosophical
dangerous, these dangerous creatures.
This is going to be a good topic for the talk after.
Yeah. What is evil, though? What is evil?
Selfishness?
I mean, so far we've killed like 4 people, and nobody else has killed anyone in our campaign.
We're the bad guys.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
are we bad guys? I will. Am I within touching distance of Scoot at this point?
Indeed.
I thought so. I reach out to him and offer guidance. He will add a d4 roll to an ability check of your choice within the next minute.
Scoot has received guidance counseling.
It's super useful.
Who knew it was that easy?
I'm going to be a janitor.
Is that it? You're going to move up to Scoot and whisper words of encouragement?
I am.
Thank you.
Let it. You can beat these birds, Scoot. You can.
Believe in yourself.
Lark.
And then we can make a necklace of their feathers.
Grim. What is your history, Zay?
Nobody knows.
Kind of like River Tam right now.
Definitely.
We don't know anything about you, but you will murder things.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Kenku had on some human armor, but it was ill-fitting. They weren't carrying anything though, because they have wings.
They have like wing arms. They don't fly.
Okay.
They're flightless birds. And that's actually why they often get this bad rap, because they lost their flight. It was like a curse on their species.
Okay.
So they move like people, but with bird legs and arms.
Got it. But they're not going to be carrying anything.
Probably
Well,
not.
although
They might
the
have
other ones
packs. Yeah. Bags.
So I'm gonna look around here. Do any, or maybe I would already know this. Is anyone carrying a ranged weapon? Does anybody have a bow strapped to them or anything?
I have a couple hand axes and some javelins, so I do have a little bit of range.
Yeah, javelin.
The 2 dead Kenku have short bows on their backs too.
They do. Okay, then I have a short bow proficiency, but I chose not to carry a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pick up one of the short bows. Okay, well, let me ask this. Can I can't see the Kenku, so...
You can
Well, the
dimly
dancing
see.
lights.
Oh, the dancing lights. That's right.
They're bathed in blue-green light.
Forgot about
That's
that.
right. Are they within range?
Yes.
Oh, short
I
bow's
did
short
not-
bow's got good range.
I did not write down the specs for short bow because I wasn't
I'll
carrying
get it for you.
It's on it. We'll
All
say
right,
yes.
then I am going to take aim at one of the Kenku. That
80 without disadvantage, 320 with.
and you said they were about 80 feet away. So, right?
Yep.
Okay. And how much was the damage?
Okay.
Sorry,
No, that's good.
a
Well,
D6.
find out if you can hit
it's a
first.
D6. All right, I'm gonna roll. Is that a Dex bonus? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
All range is dex if it's shot.
That is a 6 plus a 5, 11.
11 does not hit
Okay.
for these guys. And the two Kenku kind of duck behind some crates that are near them, and they're thunk into the wood.
Okay.
They have partial cover. So next will be the Kenku. The 2 of them do this kind of run and gun thing where they move from their cover behind the crates around the warehouse closer to all of you. This warehouse is sort of L-shaped, and you're standing at the corner of the L where the door is, and then this balcony kind of goes along west and south. The staircase leads down, and on the inside of this L, there's this massive shipping door where all these goods are loaded in and out of this warehouse from the back of the building. The Kenku seem to be making their way towards this door. So the 2 of them move, duck behind some crates near this door, and as they're moving, they take shots at you, Lark, since you're shooting back at them.
Okay.
So twang, twang, with their bows. Your armor class is 14.
It is.
One of them hits you.
Okay.
And you will take 6 damage.
No.
Twirl backwards as
What
one of
are
them
you?
thuds into your
What
shoulder.
were you?
Lark's down.
No.
That'd have been fast.
And one of them cackles and says, "The Xanathar sends its regards."
So they were Wait, do they work for them, or did I just hear someone say that at some point? Do we think this is this is not the creature that flew past us, because these things can't fly.
They're also much larger.
And much larger. Okay.
Next is Scoot.
Okay. Are they on the bottom floor?
Yes. They're about 40 feet away now.
40 feet away. And does the balcony wrap around?
It wraps along 2 sides of this L.
2 sides.
Not all the way around, though.
Okay. Would I be able to... Are they close enough to a balcony where I could get to a position and then jump off and land on them?
Yes. But it would take your whole move action to do that.
Whole move
You
action.
could barrel into them.
Okay. Okay. I won't do that then just yet. Can I get to within 30 feet of them on the balcony?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that then. And I will take one of my javelins out, and I will attempt to skewer whichever Kenku seems the most annoying.
Mm-hmm. That'll be the one that just cackled as Xanathar sends its regards.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
You come up with a new
It's
line.
wearing a pink hat.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of the 7 dwarves. It's crooked on its head.
And none of his friends told him what he looked like when he left the house, right?
Well, they didn't have the word pink in their vocabulary, so no.
Well, they could have pointed and laughed.
Well, maybe they did.
In any case.
You should ask them.
So I'm going to in a second, after I stick this javelin in them. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I'm going to use a pink dice. So, a throwing weapon is still strength mod.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Cool. So that's what I'll be doing then. No, I won't. Well, that's 11.
11 does not hit. It thuds into the door, right over the hands of this one in the pink hat. It seems to be working on some sort of lock mechanism on the door as you're chucking stuff at it.
I yell, Lark would have had that off already.
That's true.
Oh, crap. Now they're
It
going to say
rolls
that
its
back
eyes.
to me.
Ilka.
Just occurred to me.
Is he dead? Can I heal?
Do you want to explain?
Sure. Lark isn't dead. He's unconscious. So when you go to 0 HP in D&D 5th edition, you become unconscious, and then
Right.
you start making death saves every round. So what that is you roll the die and add your Constitution modifier. And if you get above a 10, you succeed. If you get below a 10, you fail. And if you fail 3 times, you are dead with a capital D. But if you succeed 3 times, you stabilize, and you're just unconscious until somebody picks you up. If something attacks you while you're down, you fail death saves faster. Or if somebody heals you, you succeed faster.
Can I use Healing Word again, having used it once on Zay?
I think so. Is it a first level spell?
Yeah.
So you get to cast like 2 of those in a day? Then yes.
I'm gonna try to heal Lark.
Roll it.
What am I doing?
1d4 plus your mod. Charisma.
2 + 3, 5.
Ooh, what's this song about? Rowan Crooks?
Yeah, so I dig deep into what I know of Lark's childhood when he was a young boy and being alone and sometimes maybe picked on the playground, and how he heard these stories of Rowan Crooks, and it bolstered him and gave him joy to fight back and stand up for the ones who were smaller than him who were being picked on. And I sing a song about this, and I pour joy and heroism and strength into Lark.
This is all in the space of like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. She chooses her words perfectly.
Lark springs up to a sitting position with a little tear in his eye.
Arrow in his chest.
The arrow becomes a flower. You hold it.
That was a little too real for a moment.
I thought we were just killing Kenku and talking about my childhood. Oh, man. Zay.
All right. Now that I see that my hero has been revived, I am going to... Can you describe to me one more time? We are on a balcony.
Correct.
And the Kenku are below us, running toward an exit.
They're near the loading door of this warehouse.
The loading dock,
Yep,
okay.
It's this like 20-foot wide doorway.
And it is 40 feet from where I currently am.
About. And you're
Okay.
about 20 feet up, too, so you got an angle.
Sure. I guess I could continue to concentrate on my guidance. Did you use that last time?
No, that works for an ability check.
Oh, not necessarily. Okay.
Yeah.
Not for attack rolls?
Not for attack rolls.
Yeah, no.
That's bless, which is It's like the first level spell.
Yeah.
Okay, Lark. How much like actual crows are Kenku? Do you know? Did you read about it in Volo?
I would have. They're not. I don't know. What would my answer?
Like, would they be
here?
distracted by a shiny object?
They absolutely would be distracted by a shiny object. Yes.
That would totally work.
That would totally work. Okay, I use Druidcraft to make the sounds of, make the visual effect of golden falling leaves to the right directly in front of them, in the loading dock.
Okay, so at this point, this warehouse is like a cascade of beautiful colors as these blue-green lights kind of flow towards the corners and golden leaves fall next to the loading door. It's beautiful.
I'm hoping to make them look as much like actual gold
I guess
as
roll
possible.
roll.
Performance?
We'll make a wisdom check. 'Cause that's your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. Oh no! They're clearly leaves. I rolled a 2 plus 2, which is a 4. They're clearly like rotting leaves.
It's all right. The one in the pink hat, as he's working on the lock, he jerks to the side and sees the leaves and like dives towards it, cackling. And he's like, "Mine, mine!" And he starts to like scoop these non-existent leaves into his hands, and he doesn't realize what he's doing. His friend just kind of watches him and then jerks back towards the lock and very frantically starts to try to undo it on his own, but he's not as good as the pink hat guy.
Yes.
So next is Scoot.
Okay. How far away am I from them now?
You're still on the balcony, right?
Yeah.
So you're maybe like 30 feet away. Angle-wise.
And they're down a good distance.
Yep, 20 feet.
20 feet. Oh, 20 feet's a long way.
But there are
But you're
piles of
right.
crates and barrels and things. There's things to jump on. If you don't want to drop 20 feet onto the ground level, you could kind of hop your way down the piled up stuff in the
Okay.
warehouse.
I'll do that. Yes, I will do that. I will try to make my way down there without taking fall damage. And,
Acrobatics check.
with
Guidance.
1d4.
Yeah,
That's right.
you believe in yourself.
Let's see what happens. 20.
That's
Scoot. There's my 20.
Arabian dive
You're
roll.
over.
plus the guidance.
Plus 1, yeah. And I'm going to take the 2 more. So 23.
Yeah, no problem. So you do it. You do like a flip, like Princess Bride style, off the balcony and like land with your hands.
Can
on
it
the
include
boxes.
a one-handed somersault, please?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
It's like you kip with one hand off of the highest crate. Of
Great
pilot
axe. Hold it in the other
Great,
one.
great axe in the other one. You like throw the great axe in the air and it kind of twirls, gleams in the golden leaves. Then you land on both feet, superhero style, and catch the axe in your hand as you land right in front of the Kenku by the door. What would you like to do? I guess. What's your goal with this leap? Like just to get. up to it?
I just wanted to get closer to them and then get down on that bottom floor.
Oh yeah. So there you are in all your glory.
And
You scoot your way down there.
all right, was that?
You're so fucking
Never gonna
proud
get
of
old.
yourself.
Oh boy.
Rightfully so.
How much does it cost for a name change in this realm?
That'd be $10. US dollars.
Damn it. All right. Well, I am extremely happy with what I just did. But how far away am I now from them?
You're right next to the one. The
Right
pink
next
hat,
to the
the pink
one?
hat one is like 10 feet away, playing in the invisible leaves or
Okay.
the intangible leaves.
But I can take an attack at this guy.
Yes.
I was just gonna stand there and dodge. Give me that pink dice again. Oh, be good to me. God, 11 again.
You know what? Since you just
What's the cord?
fell down so beautifully, I will re-roll that. 'Cause you also hit the cord with that.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
18. So 23.
That was a tilted die, and
Yes.
now you are successful.
All right. Thank you. All right. So this will be.
I'm giving you everything today, Scott.
Yeah, I need
What do
it
you want?
clearly.
Yeah.
You need to rage.
Do you want like a back rub?
Let's talk later. I'm going for some cuddles. I'll take cuddles.
Nice.
For 7 damage, 7 slashing damage.
And had this one been hurt previously? Did anybody shoot?
I don't-
Did you shoot?
I missed it.
You missed
so,
it. That's
yeah.
right.
So I think it's fresh.
So no, you come down on its arm and you actually like hack its arm off, and it twirls backwards as this kind of black blood is on the ground. It's grim. It's very grim. This is what
Gross, but awesome.
your action has wrought.
Unlock that
plus I
door
got a flip.
now.
Yeah, and it's now it's still trying to unlock the door with one hand, but it's looking extremely panicked.
Oh, I respect him for his commitment.
Yes,
For his action.
Exactly.
It's like, good on you. I'll see you in 6 seconds.
Yep. Next is Ilka.
We got one
stands
distracted
amazement.
by. Yeah, I'm just
Did I get skipped there?
impressed.
Did you? I thought you fired it.
I thought I was supposed to.
Because your last action was to revive me, yeah?
Yep, I revived.
And then you grabbed the short bow and shot at it.
No, I
No.
shot him first.
I wasn't sure if I
Did I skip you?
Was
I
I
think I got
wrong?
skipped.
Yeah,
Oh no, Lark.
All right.
It is
Retcon.
definitely Lark's turn.
Okay.
We'll cut this and resplice it in where it belongs. Right, Scott?
Have fun.
Maybe not.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it more awesome next time.
Well, I don't want to take away the awesome flip. If that's the outcome of this,
Yeah.
then we'll skip Lark's turn.
I was just eager.
That's why Lark delayed his action, because he was just amazed.
Just like,
I was so wowed by
He's
this.
recovering.
I delayed my action.
what's that half orc doing?
You're like, let's see how this plays out.
Oh, I'm rolling and I didn't even say what I'm going to do.
This is a bad roll.
That's D&D.
Well, I'll keep the roll. It was an 8. I'm shooting with the sword bow. That's what I'm doing. So that's Dex. So it is
Plus
a
proficiency.
13.
13 hits.
And a D6.
Yes.
Yes, plus dex.
5
For damage,
points
I don't think you do
of
with the short
2.
bow, unless it's a composite, right? Or is that a 5th edition thing?
No, you do.
For a short bow, you do?
Sharp, yeah, damage modifier applies.
And proficiency.
Not proficiency.
Not proficiency for
Just the dex on a ranged attack.
Then I am at 5 points of
5.
damage. And I'm shooting at the one who's at the lock.
Yep. So this time you hit it in the back, and it kind of crumples as it's whirling around from Scoot's hit. It gets double smacked by the two of you, and it crumples into the doorway that it was trying to unlock. At this point, the one in the pink hat whirls around and freezes as it sees the Scoot standing over his dead friend. It realizes that it's all alone, and it kind of just wilts visibly and starts to kind of moan in a childlike, terrified tone as it sees the four of you all watching it. And it kind of drops the leaves that were already passing through its fingers to begin with. It forgets about the leaves and just looks at the four of you.
Don't kill this one yet!
Can't hear you.
Tell us how to find Floon.
Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
Where's Floon?
Where my Floon died.
In a thin and nasally voice, it says, "Tie up the pretty boy in the back room."
Oh.
So Floon might be here somewhere.
"Tie up the pretty boy in the back room." And it takes a few steps backwards and presses against the back wall as it looks at the four of you.
He's saying things that have been said to him.
Are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Or- okay.
Oh, we're out.
Do as you see fit.
Okay.
So
I'm admiring the black blood on my blade.
Of course you are.
It's terrifying to see
Rubbing
you
it
do
on your
this.
gums.
I want to.
It tingles.
Are there any other exits on the balcony level that we're on, or just the door that we came through?
Just the door you came through, and then on the
Okay.
ground level, you can see there's this one loading dock, but under the balcony there might be other stuff.
Okay, I'm going to go down the stairs onto the main floor.
Okay.
I'll follow.
All right. What are you guys doing with this Kenku? Are you just?
I guess I probably went to grapple him.
Okay.
That's while I waited for everybody else to come around.
Yep.
So
And it acquiesces. It realizes it's outmatched, and it lets you hold it
Well,
Do you
I'm
have
still-
any hempen
romantically.
rope?
I do have many of the feats of hemp and rope, but right now I'm looking for those cuddles still, and I'm taking them.
Yeah, it smells kind of like beeswax. The feathers are very soft and got a nice sheen to it. Like this pink hat one kind of takes care of it.
I am still scared of the
He's
beak though,
preening.
because the beaks are pointy.
Well, that's going in my song.
So as you get down to the ground level, the two of you, you see that under the balcony there
I think
are
Ilka is coming.
the three of you, all three of you.
Yeah.
There's no other doors, but there is a sort of a protrusion along the wall under the balcony, near the staircase, where it seems like there's some sort of a closet under the staircase.
A back room, per se?
Harry Potter.
Perhaps, yes. If
Is
there
there
was a
an
Harry Potter in
ill-fed
this
11-year-old
universe,
inside?
that's where he lives. Yep.
So, are there any, mice or rats?
Plenty, yes.
Oh, yeah, it's been 10 minutes. You can still talk to
I can
animals.
still talk to animals.
Oh, you sure
I would
can.
like to find an animal to consult with.
Yeah, and you see a rat scurry under the door from this back room and kind of run along the wall.
Okay.
It kind of glances at you and keeps going.
Mr. Mousy! What? Mr. Mousy, what is in the room that you just came out of?
What? Food?
Uh-oh.
He kind of looks at you with wide eyes. It's frozen.
It's like, please don't hurt me.
I would never hurt you, Mr. Mousy.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Did you see
Starts to keep
any
going, it's keeping
people in the room?
There was a person in there, yeah.
Just one?
Yeah?
Okay. Have you seen any
Do you have any food?
other people? I do. Probably in my pouch. Let me look.
Oh, golly.
I want some.
I found in my pouch while I was looking for food. I have Terry the Half Elf Super Driver's card. And
Is that food?
and
I'll eat
I have a purple goblet with eyeballs painted all over it. I'm sorry, Mr. Mousy. I guess I don't have any
I don't
food
know
on
what the
me
fuck
right
you're
now.
doing.
I was trying to find you some food.
I'll be
I'm
going
gonna
now.
stop now. Okay, thank you for the information, Mr. Mousy.
Good luck with finding food.
Thanks. Good luck with finding food yourself.
Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Mousy.
And it disappears into a crate.
All right.
That was better than my flip.
Guys, there's someone behind this protrusion. We should probably try to go in there.
Do my dancing lights come with us? Are they bound to me or to the location?
I would say that you can control them. So you can make them like follow you if you'd like to. Yeah.
Yeah, they're lightly floating around all of us. Because that sounds glorious.
Yeah.
Do we each get one?
There's 12.
I cast 12.
Oh, there's 12. Do we each get
3.
3? I stopped and did math.
I move over to the protrusion to see if there's a way inside from where we are.
The door seems like it's hanging loosely on broken hinges. Like
Oh.
It's not very well maintained at all. You can just walk right in if you want.
Okay.
Did all of us who were up on the balcony hear what the Kenku said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still holding this guy.
Right.
Waiting for somebody smarter than me to come interrogate him.
But he got tied up? Is that true? Someone tied him up? No?
I asked him if he had rope to do it.
But I wanted the hug, so
I see.
I've
He's
just been,
embracing
I've just
it.
been holding him, and the Kenku's been perfectly still, but I just say, give up, stop moving.
So I'm just
over.
picturing this. Hey, birdie, as he pets him on the head. Just sit still. Shh.
Yeah,
It's very
okay.
lightweight.
Just
It's
accept
okay
it.
now.
Yeah.
It's okay now.
Yeah.
So it might, if it's smaller than me,
It is.
its feet is probably not even touching the floor.
It's like 4 feet tall.
I'm
It's not a
I'm
huge
just
creature.
I'm just holding it like a body pillow.
I feel like Scoot's coming out of this with a pink hat.
Definitely.
I don't think I would take that away from the Kenku.
Oh.
To remember him fondly.
I don't, but well, we'll see how he feels about it.
I
And it
approach
says to you,
the...
I will call you Pinker.
And then it points at its hat.
Oh, hi, Pinker. I get it.
Pinker.
This one's named Pinker.
Now that it has a name, we can't...
You can't kill it.
Oh, I don't know that rule at all.
I mean, they have to be somewhat intelligent because they were trying to pick the lock.
The lock, yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to try to get any information out of Pinker here,
Yeah, I'll head over to Scoot, not to. So you're headed over to
I'm
the door.
headed up to the door.
All right.
I would like company.
I'm going to go with you.
Excellent.
A note on dancing lights. It designates in the book 4 torch-sized lights. So in my brain, I have broken each of those
Into a
torch-sized
smaller
lights into
candle
teeny
size.
tiny ones.
Yeah. Cool.
it also says 1 minute.
But is it a
My
cantrip?
lights don't. They're cantrip.
So you can keep.
You can
recasting
cast
it.
it though.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We've got him again.
Zay and Ilka, if you just wait 1 second, I can come with you. I just want to ask this crow guy a couple things.
Yeah, so while you were talking to the rat, and you guys had this conversation with the crow, so what do you want to ask it or talk to
okay.
it, say to it?
Hi, friend.
It's a Pinker.
Hi, Pinker. Can you tell us, did you guys kill all these people?
And says,
Xanathar sends its regards.
Do you work for Xanathar? The Xanathar?
Xanathar.
Okay. Scoot.
Say yes and no.
What did they say when we first came in to us? I am not Floon.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Floon.
I'm not Floon, which would have been.
We don't
what
have
they,
Floon. Floon is not down there. The other redhead is.
Yeah, it's gonna be the other guy, but we'll still be able to get information out of him.
That's true. Would be pretty fast to find Floon.
Scoot, what should I ask him?
What would Rowan Crooks ask him?
Rowan Crooks would have. He would have said, "What? Let's see. Rowan Crooks. What would Rowan Crooks have said?" Rowan Crooks doesn't say a lot. I mean, he says for the common good or for the common man, and then he'll dash in and save the day.
This is where the myth starts to fall apart.
Oh no! I didn't mean to
Wait
do
a minute.
that. I feel so much worse than any of the things I've killed right now. I'm just, oh no!
You squished his childhood
like-
hero.
Ask him.
The holes in the story.
Ask him what his mission was.
Do you guys come over, or are you still?
So you finish your conversation.
I longingly look at the door on its hinges and then move over to where you are instead.
And you come up to Scoot and Lark having a conversation about Rowan Crooks and how hollow he is as a human being.
I don't go
Lark
far
is-
down this path.
As this Kenku just kind of looks back and forth
crestfallen.
between them, looking nervous, but more relaxed than it was a moment ago, even though all of its friends are dead. It seems like it realizes it's probably safe.
Well, I'm still holding him like a
It's
body.
kind of trying to like get away from you, Scoot, but you're not letting it.
Oh no.
So it's kind of hanging.
I'll roll
Towards
as
the
many
end.
athletics checks as you want. This guy's gonna be my little buddy for a
It
bit.
gets it. It gets it.
Okay.
Gentle persuasion.
Yes. Gentle persuasion via
Am I starting to see why you weren't that into Yagra? Or
Yeah,
kidding.
one track mind.
More into feathery people.
So I broke Lark.
Zay, you were going to say something? You were going over to them to...
Mr. Pink Cat. Everyone's Mr.
Pinker.
that I don't know. Pinker, what was your mission?
No time to loot the place. Just get him to the boss.
Ah.
How will you get to the boss?
I love these voices. I have to make up NPCs for all these voices.
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers. Yellow signs.
And it holds up its hand, its little crow-like hand. It kind of has talons for fingers, but it has a palm. And on the palm, there's this symbol of a circle with 10 spokes coming off of it. It's tattooed onto its hand.
It's tattooed onto its hand?
Yep.
Wow, that's commitment.
Hey, good news. The other guy, I've already taken off one of his hands. So if we need to take that with us,
I mean, we
For the
may as
hand,
well.
it's easy to carry. Let's check.
I mean, if this was an escape room, you wouldn't leave anything behind.
Scoot thinks about that for a second, like maybe we'll need that, and instantly drops Pinker and goes to look at the hand that I dismembered.
Kathunk! Pinker kind of stands up and looks at the four of you,
This has got to
jerking its head back and forth in a crow-like fashion.
This is just psyops on this guy right now. He's got no idea what's going to happen next.
And he pulls his hat tighter on his head and kind of holds himself.
See, he likes his hat. He can have his hat. And so I'm gonna go check to see if oh wait, did I even know that he had the tattoo?
Yeah, you would see it do
Okay.
that.
So then I'm gonna go check to see that the one that I killed.
It did as well. The hand on the ground has
Okay.
this tattoo.
Yep, I grab it and I put it in. I don't know if I have a pocket. I'll just slide it in my belt.
Furthermore, you see that these bodies, all the 12 bodies are on this ground level with their weapons and blood all over the place. They're not all in black leather armor. 5 of them are in black leather armor, and the other ones are in this kind of ragtag assortment of like padded armor and splint mail. But it seems like 2 different groups were fighting.
Okay.
The bodies in the warehouse look like there were 2 different groups fighting.
Yep.
So Zay turns to Lark and Ilka and says, do you remember if Leflumph said he saw men in black attack the 2 redheads, or were they just attacked?
Black leather armor.
It was them.
said
He said that he
black
saw the
leather
black
armor.
leather armor. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was the Zentarim.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Zentarum.
definitely the
Zentarum.
Wait.
This is a point of contention,
We have
listeners.
this-
We all say Zentarim differently. And I think you just have to accept that. I don't think there's going to be consistency. I prefer my way. Apparently the official D&D way is Zentarim. So You can say that with me whenever I say it wrong, if you choose to.
We have the Xanathar
Yes.
and the Zentarum.
Those
Correct.
are 2 different gangs.
Neat. That's
Yep.
exciting.
Good luck with that.
Oh,
Wow.
Xanathar. Does that one start with an X?
Xanathar starts with an X.
Paw back through my
So you could
notes.
say Xanathar if you want to really make it distinct.
The Xanathar are an X.
Yep. And the Zentarim are the Z. The Zs and the Xs.
Another song.
Man, when did we hear the Xanathar?
The Zeds and the X's.
That's what
Probably in my notes somewhere.
that's what the Kenku are talking
Yeah,
about.
the Kenku are all about the Xanathar.
They keep saying Xanathar sends its regards.
Xanathar.
It's like X's and O's.
Okay, so the Xanathar send their regards. This has been the same in my brain this whole time. That's
Yep.
a problem.
Yep.
And the Zentarim took Floon and his companion and Never Ember.
And have been they're the black leather armor guys who've been causing problems.
Right.
Two separate gangs.
And the Xanathar and the Kenku work for the Xanathar. Okay. I move to one of the non-black clad corpses and look at their hands to see if they are also tattooed.
Roll investigation. Ooh.
Oh, yes, there it is. 16.
16. So you look at a couple of the corpses and you don't see any obvious markings on them. However, the third one that you look at has the same wheel with 10 spokes tattoo on his neck in purple.
Okay.
It seems to be some sort of a human male.
In purple.
Yeah, and they're all humanoid, but they're not all human. Some of the bodies are half orcs, half elves. There's one dwarf.
Matthias.
Yes.
Are these spokes internal or external?
External, just like
Like
that.
a sun.
Yep.
Pinker, if we let you go, are you going to go back to the Xanathar and tell them what happened here?
It says,
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
That does not give me a lot of confidence, Pinker.
He can only repeat the things that he's heard us say. So let's say lots of misleading things before we go.
Pinker.
Pinker says, let's say lots of misleading things before we go.
Oh, no.
Pinker, can you sing?
And he begins to sing the song of Rowan Crooks that you sang earlier to Lark.
Oh.
Perfectly. It sounds just like you. But he's kind of missing some of the words because he couldn't hear it perfectly, so it's sort of patchy,
I just look at it. That's creepy.
like a scratching record.
If we fill his brain with too much information and too many songs, will he forget what came prior?
Don't ask me.
I say try it. I want to spend that time just
Scoot, are
checking
you willing
bodies.
to let this... Okay.
I'm going to sit down
There
next
you
to
go.
Pinker and start singing him every song I know.
I, after having looked at that body, want to return to check on the guy that's still in the protrusion.
In the protrusion closet?
Yes.
So you start to walk over, and as Ilka is singing, you hear this kind of thumping, shuffling sound from under the closet, and then the half-broken door of the closet kind of swings open and falls off of its hinges. And you see this human man kind of stumble out, breathing raggedly, looking very confused and scared, and he sees you and freezes for a moment. And you see that he's a beautiful man with hip-length, red, gold, blonde hair. He seems to be wearing a fine, almost bespoke outfit. It looks like commoner's clothes, but it fits him real well, and he looks real good. And he freezes and looks at you for a moment. And says, hello? Are you with the Xanathar?
We are not. Are you Never Ember? Mr. Never Ember?
He blinks and approaches you. And then he kind of takes the scope of the room and sees the rest of you. And he says, yes, I am. Who are you?
We are...
Pinker.
I pause.
Pinker's right here.
Lark, you're so smart.
Pinker seems more of a liability than a use at this point.
Unless
Scoot, do we let
we're
him
going to
go?
use him for
or-
misinformation. If there's
I don't even know if I'm still standing there. I was going to go check out bodies, so I figured
And Pinker says, Scoot, do we let him go?
Yeah, I grew attached to him. I shouldn't have had so much bodily contact.
That's how that works.
That's how that works.
And the man sees you all kind of conversing. He's like, well, I can't thank you enough for taking care of these Kenku. My name is Renair. Renair Neverember. He takes a deep bow. He looks he kind of smells like he's been hiding under something very smelly. He's a bit disheveled looking. It's maybe been a day or two. And he just seems very grateful that you're all here. He says, if there's anything that I can do for you, let me know. I owe you a great debt.
This Pinker is your friend? This bird?
He says, no. He's one of the Xanathar Guild. I've been hiding from them for the last day now.
Why did you choose to have... Is this where you hid or where you were taken?
Well, a bit of both. He says the Zentarim took me and my friend here, and then when the Xanathar attacked, I hid.
Hold. I'm not following. Pinker is not his friend?
Correct.
What did you just thank us for? You thank us for taking care of something?
Of the Xanathar, of the Kenku.
Oh! Taking care of the Kenku. I was hearing
Yes.
it as like, thank you for caring for my Pinker friend. Kenku.
No, taking
Gotcha.
care of, like
I
in a...
understand.
Like,
Kill him.
yeah.
Gotcha.
English.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Or common.
Thank you for brutally murdering the other three Kenku. I do not have the stomach for it, but I was planning my escape, and thankfully we were able to do it without any loss of life, so thank you.
I would like to go over to Pinker, and in his ear I'll say, Zentarim send its regards.
Excellent.
Pinker whirls towards you.
I give him a thumbs up. A little wink. Wink. And I'll try to open
Wait,
the
are you
door.
trying to persuade him that you are Zentarim?
No, I'm trying to give him something to say.
Okay, roll persuasion then.
11.
11.
Oh, that Lark, he's so smart.
He seems expressionless. He looks at you with his black crow eyes and doesn't give any trace of emotion as you say that.
I went up to him and I say, Zentarim send their regards.
You just start saying that to each other.
No, not to
Which is
him.
kinda cool.
Sorry, I looked at Lark and Justin and said that, but really I was saying it to Pinker.
Okay.
I'm inundating him.
Ah, I see. So you guys believe that Kenku are like goldfish, where they just kind of keep the last 5 minutes of...
Well, I'm hoping that if we give him something to say, then we'll let him go.
I'll be like, what happened at that place? And he'll say, Zentarim send their regards.
Renair approaches the four of you around this Kenku, and he says, so wait, you're with the Zents?
Yes.
He kind of puts his hand on the pommel of his rapier. He has a rapier on his belt.
I'll say yes, but shake my head no. I won't say anything. I'll say yes.
And he says, I see. Very well. Those Zentarim sure love them.
All right. After I watch all this happen,
Yes.
I walk over to Pinker, and I say, Zentarim, send their regards.
You're going to kill him. He's going to kill him.
I take out a gold coin,
Oh.
and I give it to him.
Oh, because it's shiny.
He takes it and puts it under his tongue.
Oh, cool.
And then I motion him to leave. I point to the door. I tell him to go.
And he kind of takes a step back. You untie him too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he nods. And you scoot.
Zentarim sends their regards.
And he says, Zentarim sends their regards. And he runs out the door as fast as he can.
You all owe me a gold.
Here is my 1/3 of a gold. I'm
Renair's
handing back right
wait,
now.
I am so confused.
We'll tell you later.
Renair, what
Why
happened
are
to
you
Floon?
here?
What happened to
Yeah,
Floon?
we're looking for Floon.
We're here
Looking
looking
for
for
Floon?
Floon.
You're looking for Floon?
Yes.
I'm looking for Floon.
Were you separated?
Yes, we were. We were brought here together, but then the Xanathars, they took him away. I don't know. I think they may have suspected that he was me. Here's how it went down. I left the Skewer Dragon with Floon. I thought that he'd had too much to drink. And trying to be a good friend, I thought I'd walk him home. But, however, we were jumped by 5 thugs on Fillet Lane, and they brought us here. I think they mistook Floon for me and brought him somewhere. I don't know. Probably to their hideout.
Into the sewers.
Into the sewers, you think?
Yes.
That would make sense. That I've read that the Xanathar's lair is somewhere below the city, so...
Scoot.
And as you talk, he arms himself with a couple daggers from the dead people in the room.
Oh. Are you going to... Excuse me, not Scoot. It was a different thought.
She means Lark.
No, I totally mean Lark. No. Renaer.
Renaer.
Not even close.
Renaer Neverember.
It was not even close.
Renaer Neverember.
Yes.
His first 4 years of trying to pronounce that before his R solidified.
Renaer. No, he has a serious chip on his shoulder about it. That's right.
Sir Never
That's probably where it
Ember.
started.
Are you going to accompany us into the sewers? Is that why you're arming yourself?
Well, yes, I have to save my friend.
It's good to know that you're invested.
Great.
Yes. No, if I didn't save Floon, I don't know what I'd do with myself. I mean, there's no purer cause than helping a friend.
What makes you think the Xanathar would be after you? And the Zentaurum? What the heck? Who are you?
Roll insight.
12.
So as she asks that, Scoot and Lark, it clicks to you, the name Neverember, that the former Lord of Waterdeep, Open Lord of Waterdeep, who's like the head honcho of the whole city, was named Daggelt Neverember.
Ooh.
And that was maybe 8 years ago. Since then, he's been replaced by a woman named Layrol Silverhands, who's very popular. But Daggelt was originally the Lord of Waterdeep in your lifetimes.
Did we like Daggelt?
You tell me. He wasn't super well loved. He kind of had this... He's like an out-of-towner. He's from Neverwinter. Mm-hmm. That's sort of his main city, but he was appointed leader of Waterdeep by the Council of Masked Lords. And he kind of drove the city into the ground by popular perception. Like he had very conservative spending policies, and he didn't really open up trade with other cities very much, and he sort of had his own interests in mind over the interests of the common man. Yeah,
I guess Scoot would be entirely focused on how it was for shipping and trade.
Right.
If it was harder times, then
Yep.
Basic sort of labor. So I would not be a fan.
A lot of disruptive tariffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sons of bitches.
Trade war kind of things.
Ugh.
Topical.
Very topical.
Topical.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, he was deposed, like the scum he was.
Yeah.
Everyone vote on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
That would be the 6th of, not Marpenoth, but the next month.
That's right. Oh, you're looking at the next month?
Yeah. 2 weeks have passed since we started. After Marpenoth is Uktar.
Uktar.
The next month. However,
Sure, it'd
it's
be
still
easy
the
to remember
22nd.
if that was also the equivalent of our October.
Anyways.
So say a lot of people would be interested in the Neverembers. They're a noble family. They were just the Open Lord. So I share this information.
Oh, so where's your family now if they're no longer in charge?
He says, I don't keep in touch with them anymore, but I assume that my father would be in Neverwinter.
Okay.
In the palace. And then he says, you're very correct. Lark. You said your name was Lark?
Yes. Yeah, Lark.
Did you say your name? Actually, maybe...
I said his name.
I guess Pinker's gone now, so you're not as worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm
Lark.
We can introduce ourselves even.
Lark. Wave Silver.
Wave Silver?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard of your house.
Thanks. Yeah.
They do good work. The rest of you?
I'm the singer, Ilka Gralhund.
Ilka Gralhund. Of House Gralhund.
It's a long story. We're not on close terms anymore.
Oh. I
He
can
knows a little
understand
bit
that.
about that. Oh, sorry.
Zay and Scoot. You guys...
Scoot, savior of Pinker.
Well, that was a very noble thing you did, Scoot. I'm not sure it'll pan out for you, but, I can appreciate someone who watches out for the rest of the lowlifes in the city,
He was a good
Nobody
hugger.
else will. He was. Floon was, too, as a matter of fact. I miss him. He says, I think that the Zentrums are after us because they believe that my father embezzled a large sum of money when he was Open Lord of Waterdeep. And that he hid it somewhere in the city. They think that they can find it by using this artifact named the Stone of Galore. And my sources tell me that that stone was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents thought that I knew something about all of this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years. So
I say, what does the Stone of Galore do?
he says, I don't really know, but as far as I know, you need it to get into wherever the dragons are hidden.
Gotcha.
Dragons, is that a
Dragons
large
is
sum of
another
money?
name for gold. One gold coin is one dragon. There's dragons emblazoned on the coins on one side.
So the stone may or may not have power, but it will get them wealth.
Could be a key.
He says, that's right. I don't really know. I don't know
Or
who
like a
Galore
dowsing
is. I don't know
rod.
what kind of stone it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want nothing to do with this, but I've heard that ever since it was stolen from the Xanathar, this violence has been erupting on the streets between the two guilds. So I assume that one of them has it. And, I suppose that retrieving that stone would at least put an end to this violence or put a temporary stop on it.
The stone was stolen from Xanathar,
Xanathar.
Right.
and they want to use it to possibly find money your father may have stolen, embezzled.
Indeed. When they kidnapped us, the Zentrum were asking Floon all sorts of questions about it. But of course he didn't know anything about the stone. So
Both guilds are looking for the stone and fighting over it.
Why would they ask Floon? Why would Floon know where it is?
he says Floon was dressed better than I was, and I think he gave off more of a noble vibe. I was surprised too, but I kept my mouth quiet while they were interrogating, and I think they assumed that I was just an associate. Whoever gave them my description obviously didn't do a very good job.
You're fairly iconic.
Thank you. I would rather not be.
It's the hair.
I was going to say, you could probably start by cutting that hair.
Oh, the hair, you think so? You don't like it?
It's beautiful, but it will make you stand out.
You sound just like my father.
I'll write a song about it.
And as you're talking now, you hear a some sort of movement up in the doorway that you came from. Sounds like several people entering this building.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I don't like that.
I was hoping to have time to look under the tongues of the other crow things, the other kenkus, but
It's where they hide their...
Get my gold
So,
back.
I wasted it talking to this guy.
should we think this is a headquarters of the Zentorum. We know that the Kenku were trying to escape through the loading dock. Should we hide under the balcony and see who comes in, or should we try to escape before they enter?
And as you're talking, you hear a voice say, "City watch, nobody move."
Oh,
We should get into the sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Melt
should
that-
also probably have a long rest.
Oh, yeah.
Try melting that lock off.
And as you're talking, through the doorway that you unlocked, Lark,
Oh, boy.
approximately 13 men storm through the doorway with their crossbows held up in SWAT team formation. It seems like some sort of a City Watch raid. Some of them have shields up with bows pointed over the shields. And 12 men fan out over the balcony and down towards the lower level where you are with their crossbows pointed at you.
They are so fast.
I saw this in The Rock. It does not work out well for us.
And then one man, a more authoritative looking man in plate armor, kind of walks in behind these 12. And he says, "City Watch, state your names and business."
Thank goodness you're finally here.
We
I'm
almost
Lark
perished.
Wavesilver. I'm Lark Wavesilver. We were attacked by Kenku. We got 3 of them. One escaped. It said that it was working for the Xantarim.
Kenku working for the Xantarim?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
No, sorry. No, I mean for the Xanathar. It's been a crazy evening.
I'm nervous about the cut of your jib. And this man walks down to face the 4 of you.
I show him my signet.
Ah, So you are one of the Wave Silvers, and he looks around, and then he sees Renair, and he pauses for a moment, and there's a look of recognition between them. And he says, Lord Neverember, I beg your pardon, I didn't mean to make you tense. We're here to help. We heard reports that there was violence in the alley. Are you all right?
We're doing okay. We're going to head back and get some rest. It was a little bit of a rough evening for us, but thank you for doing your job.
That's right. Renair says, we're all right, Eustace. Thanks for checking.
Eustace.
And the man says, I'm glad to hear it. My name is Captain Eustace Staggett. I am in charge of the dock ward. And he looks at you, Scoot. He says, do I recognize you?
No, I can't imagine where from, sir.
Oh, I swear I've seen you many years ago. Maybe not.
Have you been to the Western Islands?
He says that you mean along the seawall?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, see, I've never been there.
Oh, well, all right. He takes out a small notebook and begins jotting down notes about the four of you. Well, the 12 watchmen
I slide in behind Scoot.
appear on the bodies. And then through the doorway, another man walks through, a shorter man, bald, kind of looking like Varys from Game of Thrones. He walks in, he's wearing this dark gray robe, and he kind of just takes a position behind Eustace and steeples his fingers and just sort of watches the four of you critically. And there seems to be this aura of gravitas about this man, like he's some sort of a powerful individual. But there's no recognition between Renair and him. And Renair looks at Eustace and he's like, you got one of the magisters involved in this? And Eustace says, yeah, we knew that this was a Zentarim hideout. I'm wishing now that we would have busted it up sooner. I'm sorry that you had to deal with whatever happened. He says, I hope that you'll still put in a good word for us with your father. And Renair's like, I don't talk to him, Eustace.
Are we free to go now?
Is there, Captain Saget, is there any other information that we can provide you to be helpful?
He kind of takes a look around the room. He says, I'll have one of my men talk to you on your way out. And he flags another one of the investigators over, and this investigator gives each of you a small pamphlet that says Code Legal along the top. He says, normally murder of any kind would be a prison sentence in the city. However, I understand there was self-defense, and we have two noble lords here, so I'm going to overlook it just this once.
Just to clarify the Code Legal, the Kenku, if we're attacked by Kenku, we're allowed to defend ourselves.
Absolutely. You wouldn't be put in prison for defending yourself, but it would potentially mean exile from this part of the city for a 10-day.
Certainly, of course,
for your safety.
This many dead people, I feel like the Kenku need to, it was important for us to defend ourselves. Even if we come upon a situation like this again, I feel like we should probably defend ourselves from a raging Kenku.
Well, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
There's just the legal proceedings involved. There's a small fine to pay for cleanup and the court proceedings. You understand?
Obviously, of course.
He says, it's best not to meddle in these matters. I would recommend leaving all this criminal activity to the city watch. I'm not sure why the four of you are involved.
And we made a poor choice. We were passing the alleyway. We heard some
Scuffling.
Some scuffling. Yeah, we should have gone home and not investigated. You're absolutely correct.
He narrows his eyes. He said, "You investigated a Zentarim warehouse on Candle Lane out of curiosity."
It was a very bad decision.
She's new to
I've
town.
been reading a lot of Rowan Crooks.
He says, "You like?"
They
Rowan
were showing
Crooks?
me around the
Rowan
town.
Crooks.
He says, I love Rowan Crooks. He puts a hand on your shoulder. He says, "I completely understand. That's why I got into this job to begin with. Tell you what, just keep the blood off the streets, all right? Let us know if you find anything suspicious. And if you need any protection, our office is on... it's on...
I know just where it is,
that
officer.
street, the main thoroughfare.
Yes, thank you.
The Castle Street.
Castle Street
leads up to the headquarters in the Castle Ward, yes.
Thank you, officer.
I'm there at least once a day, so just check in if you need anything."
Great.
He says, "Not all City Watch officers are as nice as me, so again, use good judgment."
That's Lark, making
said that last
friends
episode,
everywhere
too.
he goes.
Hey friends, let's head back to my place.
Renair says,
Renair,
where's
you
your
coming?
place?
Our family is the Wave Silver place is up in the North Ward.
Oh, very well. He says, I don't have a place of my own right now. I've been kind of floating around the city, so if you don't mind, I'll help you find Floon.
Brilliant. We accept.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Renair asked.
Renair asked.
I thought the officer asked.
No.
That.
Just, shack up with you guys.
Yeah, we bring Renair with us. So can we head to Scoots?
As you're going to Scoots, the hand-steepled rogue person says, do you require any healing?
Yeah. Scoot raises his hand.
I have been injured also, Magister.
He says, very well, and he bows his head and holds up a holy symbol that emerges from his robe and does a prayer over his head with this holy symbol and then points his hands at the two of you, and these beams of white light kind of slam into your chests, and you feel your wounds closing as this warm, tickly sensation covers your wounds. And you recover all your health.
Thank you, Magister.
He nods silently and looks at you from under deep brows.
Thank you.
I
That tickled.
bow deferentially
He's
and
silent.
get the hell out of here.
Right.
Where do you go?
Would it make sense for us to head to Scoots and take a long rest so you can recover your...
That couldn't hurt.
I imagine there's some spell slots that would like to...
Yep.
We're talking... Yeah.
I mean, we do... I guess it is somewhat pressing that we get Floon.
Well, we can make a plan at the same time.
Renair says, I know that Floon was taken recently. It can't have been more than 3 hours ago. So, I don't know what they're doing with him. It could be grim.
She might not last 8 hours.
Okay, so we've been healed.
And a short rest will not get you any spell slots back.
I've used 2.
Out of
2.
two.
But you still have cantrips, as well as your weaponry.
I guess I have one spell
can
slot
keep-
left.
Well, then maybe we should head into the sewers.
Okay.
All
I
right.
would like to put on some wellies before we go down into the sewers.
Some wellies.
Galoshes.
Some waders.
Wellington
Galoshes. Yeah.
You have those in your bag.
Sure.
Oh, wait.
So this bag is a magical bag, we've established.
I mean, I have pretty tiny feet.
That's true. That's true. So they're kind of like rolled up.
I'm not sure how to enter the sewers. Scoot?
That's what I was going to ask you earlier.
Do you have any
know?
ideas?
It would probably be that would have been a good reason to keep Pinker around.
We're looking for yellow signs.
We
Once
are,
we're
but
in
how
the
do we
sewer.
know that we're going the right direction toward the yellow signs?
Let's follow the trail of draining human waste.
That makes sense. So at this point, the watch have escorted you out of this warehouse as they kind of case the joint. They wish you well on your way. And you're back on Candle Lane with this flickering globe of fire being your only light. Do you still have the dancing lights following you around, Ilka? Or did you poof those off?
Is there a limit to cantrips? Can I just keep recasting these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they only last a minute.
I think it's a concentration, so if you're ever in combat and somebody smacks you,
Right.
it might like poof away. But
Yeah.
So
I'm going to concentrate them so they're more tightly concentrated into one torch-sized light
Sure.
with each of the 4 of us.
Cool. Yeah. And you're back on the street, and you see that there is indeed a slight cavity to the road, and in the middle of the road, there's this kind of denser stone ditch that funnels rainwater and excrement and whatever else towards a manhole that is down in the main thoroughfare, right by the splintered stair, which is right around the corner at the end of the lane,
Yep.
maybe 1,000 feet away.
That's my place.
The manhole by the splintered stair?
No, the
that's
splintered
the one on the main
is,
road
where we're
is,
staying.
is where we stay.
So at this point, it is about 11 o'clock, close to midnight. You've made your way through Candle Lane, following the poop to the manhole on the main thoroughfare. You're standing on the busy street now. It's busy in the sense that there's lots of foot traffic. Not many carts or no drays whatsoever. You can see the ocean. There's several galleons moored in the port at this point with lanterns kind of illuminating them. as well as lighthouses off in the distance, spotting the endless seas beyond. Again, you're assaulted by the smell of salty air and poop. How would you like to proceed? Renair just kind of takes it in. He grins really big. He loves this. This is what he lives for. The salt of the earth kind of lifestyle that he's been deprived of his whole life.
Oh, he's going to get it.
He's like, I hope so.
Zay also takes some time to, because I haven't been down to the dock wards yet, so enjoying this vista with the lighthouses in the distance and
It's almost Van
sky
Gogh-esque,
overhead.
like the swirling stars and the lighthouses and the busy taverns along the main thoroughfare, that kind of thing.
Is the manhole cover on the main thoroughfare?
This one is, yes.
So like everybody's looking.
Yeah.
Everyone's walking around. Okay.
There are multiple manholes in the city, though. Like, this isn't your only option by any means.
I was just going to yell, so you say the party's down there, huh?
In fact, you would know that the Xanathar probably wouldn't use like this manhole to get down to their lair by any means, because it would be really obvious.
No. So, should probably look for a little shady. I mean, down at the docks, the docks would be the lowest part, right? So I'd be familiar with that at least, because I spend so much time down there, because that's where the water
That's
is.
the way
at the
plumbing
bottom.
works.
Yes. In my memory, do I have any recollection of seeing people hang out around those big open drainage pipes down there?
Roll a history check.
History check. All right, got a potential for a 0 again.
I believe in you.
10.
10. You're wondering if you know about any people hanging out around manholes?
If I have been working and it seemed like they were doing an awful lot of work, or there was an awful lot of attention being paid to something where shit was just coming out of, something where I may have at one point noticed there was a lot of. It seemed like there was.
maybe there's a section that's cleaner that they have chosen to.
Yeah, you know that the Waterdeep Dung Sweepers Guild manages the sewers, especially in this lower part near the water.
Mm-hmm.
They spend a lot of time keeping them cleared out.
Yeah.
Every week they go through each of the sewers. They say at least once.
Yeah.
And so you've seen them coming in and out of these manholes. They use the ones on the main thoroughfare because they're easiest to access usually.
Yeah.
But there are other manholes. Usually in every alley there's at least one. Behind some larger taverns there's some sort of a septic tank kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's lots of options, and you've seen people come and go through these manholes.
Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, so I say, yeah, we can go find a different one. I mean,
Yeah, let's find one that's not quite as obvious.
yeah,
Let's find one that the Xanathar may have actually used.
yeah, works for me.
There has to be one near the warehouse, right?
I would assume,
Roll investigation.
knowing so much about sewers. Both of us?
What are you searching for?
I do not know.
A manhole cover. I would like to search for a manhole cover around the back side of the warehouse that
There
we
you
were
go.
just in.
Ah, okay.
And I have a 13. I modified 13.
13. So you make your way back down Candle Lane. There's some city watch standing outside, but if you go alone, Lark, there is a gated fence leading to whatever's behind this warehouse that you could potentially pick the lock and get through.
Is it being watched? Would I be picking that lock in the view of the city watch?
You would be. However, it's very dim light. There's just the one continual flame spell that's glowing outside of this warehouse. Plus, the watchmen have torches.
Plus, is there a light above your head?
There's also
from
a light
dance-
above my head.
from a dancing light?
I would like to go back. If everyone's back out there,
Yep.
explain the situation. Say, I think I can pick the lock into this one that's behind the warehouse. Look, if you could take the flaming light off my head
I'm
temporarily.
gonna draw that flame off your head. It's gonna hang out by us.
As you're making your way around, you realize that this Candle Lane, there's another alley adjacent to Candle Lane, which is what's used for shipping. So this lower level of the warehouse where the loading door was leads to this other alley that's at a decline, at a lower elevation than the main lane. And that's, you could probably potentially go down that alley to get to the back of the warehouse.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. So this alley is gated off, but it's really easy to open this gate. It's got a very crappy lock on it, like used by whatever the dock what's the name of the person in charge of the dock?
The foreman?
There's a name for it, like the dock master. I think that's
Wharf
it. Yes.
master?
The wharf master.
Wharf master.
Ooh.
Yes, the wharf master has keys to all these back alleys for shipping, but it's easy to get through.
Okay.
So, in fact, you might even have keys as a member of the Wave Silver family. So you make your way down there. There's this sort of a courtyard behind the warehouse that you guys were in before, along with this big loading door. And in this courtyard, there is a small drainage grate. It's maybe 1.5 feet wide.
Okay, that's not going to be big enough for Scoot.
No.
1.5 feet?
Yep.
I can fit through that.
I can. All of us can, but Scoot, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless you roll a squish check or something.
we could poke
Oh,
our
we're in
heads down
armor.
and see what direction it goes in, and kind of. You could send a dancing
Hop
light.
down and inspect.
See.
I'll stand guard.
Sweet.
Yeah, I guess I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I would like to go down there and then maybe look for a nearby larger grate and
That's what I
bring
was-
Scoot in that way. Okay,
Sure.
that's what you're saying. Cool.
Okay, so you kind of jimmy it off using your thieves' tools, and there's no ladder or anything in this. It's kind of just like a drainage grate. So somebody like hold your feet as you look down, or you just jump down, see what's down there.
How can I? So I can't.
It's maybe
see.
10 feet down.
We have-
to whatever's down there.
Rope.
Oh yeah, I
We
can.
can
Yeah, I got plenty of
climb
rope
down.
on me.
Sure. So you climb down, and it seems like you're at sort of a junction in the storm sewers of the city. There's one pipe that flows down towards the water. There's one that flows up the road you just came from. There's one larger pipe that's flowing into this junction that seems to be flowing under the houses to the east. At sort of this T intersection that's going along the alley you just came from, and then one's going off tangentially that's much larger that you could potentially crawl through.
Can I see, looking along any of those paths, light coming in from a grate or a manhole or anything?
Through both. Well, it's nighttime, so you probably wouldn't see much of anything.
Okay, I explain. I share what you just described to everyone up on the other side of the manhole. Which way?
Go ahead.
Which way should I go to find a?
Did you see any yellow marks?
I look to see if there are any yellow marks.
You crawl back down, and with the dancing light following you still.
You would have to send a different dancing light.
I'm going to send a light down with him.
A new dancing light illuminates along this larger tunnel. There is, in fact, a marking of a circle with 10 spokes coming up, but a freshly drawn sort of yellow paint.
There is a yellow mark down here. Are there ones? Can I see ones either up or down the tunnel?
You don't see anything else aside from this one mark.
I can only see one. It's right here.
We should probably follow that one.
We got to get Scoot down here.
What's it going to take to widen this grate?
Could we grease it? How wide is he?
How wide are you, Scoot?
I'm pretty solid. I'm 5'10", 230. I'm bigger than 1.5 feet.
Renair says maybe we follow this larger pipe and see what other entrances there are. If it's a bigger pipe, it probably has a bigger manhole.
Yeah. So
I agree, Renair.
Mm-hmm.
So are all four of us down there then, and then Scoot is up top?
Was Renair with me, or is Renair down there?
Renair would stay with you, Scoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would try to fit down, but he's also a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
Ilka and Zay, are you
Yep.
going to come with me?
So the three of
three of
us.
us
The ends of the world.
Yay!
The end
Lord
of this
Zane,
tunnel.
Ilka.
For the common man! Here we go. We'll be back, Scoot.
Okay.
So you shuffle down this tunnel. It's been pretty dry lately, and after about 300 feet, you come to another junction where some more big storm sewer pipes are flowing into this four-way junction, with the one you just walked up being kind of the main outlet towards the port. And now that we've talked about Waterdeep's plumbing and storm sewer systems for a good 5 minutes, you poke your head up through this larger manhole. It's like 3 feet wide. And you look around and you recognize it as the alley that the Lafoom's shop was on. You actually see Lafoom's shop about 20 feet away.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I will run back to the hole that we came in behind the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Scoot, there's a manhole outside of Lafoom's shop.
Okay.
Outside the alley.
Gotcha.
Meet you there.
Okay.
10 minutes later, you and Renair make your way over there.
Okay.
And then
I make
It's
sure
about
he
midnight
does.
at this point.
Yeah, I make sure he doesn't go in the shop because we got stuff to do. And I look for someone poking their head out of a manhole cover.
I'm going to send one of my little lights up out the manhole
There you
cover
go.
so Scoot can see it.
Yay!
Yes.
Is this a quest giver?
That manhole cover has an idea.
If Lark is looking around, you look just like a quest giver right now. Yeah.
Standing by the glowing manhole.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we're grouped up again.
You are.
Yes, cool.
And you all drop down into the dark, dank sewer.
Do we see other yellow markings on the wall?
You do. You there's a putrid stream of dirty water at this point flowing through this pipe. And this junction has 3 ways. One of them has a symbol drawn on the wall in yellow chalk. This one is a palm-sized circle with 10 spokes radiating outwards.
I think we should go this way.
Yeah, good call.
I think we should also do that, but I think we should get rid of the sign as we pass and maybe replace it with something else so we can find our way back out, but no one else could use it to follow us in.
I don't
That's
have any.
clever.
I don't have anything to draw with. Say, do you?
Let's see. I don't
Renair's
think
like, I like it. Let's screw with them. This is great.
I might be able to do something with my druid. No, those are all temporary. Is there any sort of wildlife or nature down here that I could manipulate?
Not right where you're looking.
Okay.
But
I use druidcraft to make moss grow in the shape of an X. Low, yep.
there it is.
And then I use gross sewer water to wipe out the chalk yellow.
You.
That's very easy. And as you're wiping it off, you can see that it seems like this thing's been like painted on and wiped off multiple times along this wall. Like,
Okay.
It's probably somebody comes through from the Dung Sweepers Guild and cleans it off every week.
Oh, sure.
But they keep redoing it.
Okay. All right.
I should also mention that I know thieves can't. Is this a symbol that I would recognize, or is it just a symbol?
Roll intelligence.
17.
It matches what you've heard about the Xanathar, and that the Xanathar is a beholder, and they have eye stalks, so it seems like a symbol related to the Xanathar.
Got it.
In that sense.
That's why this sounded familiar to me. The beholder connect. Wah! Floon. I wonder if he's a Xanathar. If he's connected to the Xanathar.
I don't think so. He's
Purple.
the curiosity shop guy. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's purple, and it's a beholder,
He had the eyeball thing.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's purple, and it's a beholder, and in my notes, the Kenku, his real tattoo was in purple on his hand. You can check your Kenku hand.
Take my Kenku hand
It's
out.
definitely purple.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's purple. Put it back in my belt.
Yellow suns and purple tattoos.
That's a song.
Guys,
Shit's right in itself.
Leflumph, he's part of it. Am I saying his name right?
It's Lafoomf, I think.
Leflumph.
Yep.
You're gonna just add a few more L's each time you say it.
Leflumph.
Yep.
The Twin Portals album is going to, the track this is
It's gonna
going
be
to be so epic.
sick.
It'll be hot. Slap
Whisper
down some
into the
dank
hole.
beats.
Whisper into the hole. That can't be the first track. It's gonna be the second track.
Okay, so Zay made her adjustment, and then we're following this tunnel.
And I'm going to continue to do that every time we come across one.
Okay.
Okay. So you follow your way along the sewers. It takes maybe an hour of searching as these pipes kind of start to wind their way. There's big drops in the sewers where there's kind of a path ends, but then there's a ladder that leads to a lower sewer, and the marquees lead you downwards. And you slowly kind of make your way. You don't even know how far down, 30 or 40 feet underground, as you follow these trails. And at every junction, you find one of those symbols again. And Zay wipes it out and makes a new one. And after about an hour, you come to a 3-way intersection where at the center of the intersection, there's a ladder leading up to some sort of a stone cover, like a stone and metal port. And one of those familiar chalk symbols is marked on the wall nearby. And floating near that symbol is this small, grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy little eye stalks.
Oh.
And as you come down this tromping down this pipe and see it, it kind of whirls around and bares its teeth at you.
Wait, it has teeth too?
It does. It has a
Little
small
baby beholders.
mouth under its eyeball.
It's so cute. It's so cute. Scoot, kill it.
And as you say that, Zay, it fires 2 lasers at you.
I'm so bad at this game.
You just gotta work on your relationships.
Baby beholder.
That was Kendra saying that, not Say.
Baby beholder kills the druid.
Pretty much, yeah. They're all kind of on the top of it. They're like hair
4
almost.
stalks on the top.
Yep. Because the lower part is the mouth.
Am I really being shot at with lasers?
Mm-hmm. Make a wisdom save.
If you ask something like that, it usually means double the lasers.
Wisdom save?
Here it comes.
Yes.
Yep, you're gonna get it. Uh-oh.
That's a nat 1.
But you have you're lucky.
But I'm not. I am lucky. I am so lucky.
You feel the luck as these lasers slowly make their way towards you across the road.
12?
12.
Is that a 9 or a 6?
Oh, shit. I just tried to cheat. They shouldn't be so close to each other. 8.
All right, now make a strength save. 3. Okay, so the first laser hits you in the head and kind of ripples over your forehead as your frame of mind, your intelligence just suddenly gets knocked out. You feel dazed and sluggish, and you don't realize where you are. And at the same time, the second laser hits you right in the torso and lifts you bodily off the ground and sends you flying into your friends that are behind you in the pipe. So you kind of ran into Scoot, who I assume is right behind you, leading the way with his dark vision. And the two of you kind of stumble backwards, and Lark and Ilka catch you. And Zay seems to be almost unconscious. Roll for initiative.
All right.
Oh, nat 20!
That means you have advantage.
Plus 3, 23.
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh!
Shnikes.
19 for Zay.
You guys are speedy.
7.
Except for Scoot. We said he was swift orc last time, but his half elk.
I'm not about moving quick, but when I do, you're gonna notice.
Yep.
Do I have any lasting repercussions?
You do
From
not have any
my
damage.
lasers?
You do not have any damage. It's
Okay.
just kind of this telekinetic effect and this dazing effect that hits you.
Okay.
What was the luck from?
It's a halfling ability, so anytime
Halflings
you
are
roll
lucky.
a crit fail, you can re-roll it, and you have to take the second one.
Awesome.
It's really awesome. All right, Lark, you take the first action here. As you see this little grapefruit-sized thing kind of hover into view at the end of the pipe.
I
Ahead of
like
you.
grapefruits.
Yeah. And so how far away are we from it?
Maybe 15 feet.
Okay. Grapefruit size, huh? I am going to, I'll say, Ilka, blind it with one of your lights, and then dive behind Scoot.
Good initiative.
Everybody's gonna be fucking behind me when the thing shoots again.
He just lands on us.
Okay.
I will delay my any other action.
All right. Ilka, it's you then.
I'm going to concentrate all 4 of my dancing lights directly in front of it, but up about 6 inches.
Totally. And it starts to swirl around wildly, completely dizzied and blinded by these lights. It's centralized, kind of looking around. It's still kind of focused on you, but the 4 eye stalks are all like flipping out at this point, and it's kind of like wavering back and forth in the air as these lights dance around it. Is that it?
Yeah.
Zay, you're still dazed, kind of in Scoot's lap.
I'm dazed in Scoot's lap. I'm going to offer, I'm going to say, sorry, and then offer him guidance by putting my hand on his head behind me. Mm-hmm. I reach up my hand and I touch his head and pat it while offering guidance. So he gets plus
groggy,
1 to his...
but the magic flows.
Got
I'm
it.
feeling bad that I knocked you over.
All right, and then
Wait, are
thing,
you prone?
I have no idea. Am I prone?
You're not prone, no.
Okay. I didn't think the halfling hitting me would
Yeah, I was. Okay.
knock me prone.
So then the thing, it's kind of whirling around, and it shoots 2 more lasers.
Just wildly just spraying
Basically,
laser fire
yeah.
everywhere.
And it's the 2 eyes that didn't shoot before. One of them is a bright red beam. One is a ray of frost, literally. And it kind of scours all around this central chamber that it's in as these eye stalks try to focus on you, but it's having a really hard time. And so it's just kind of floating there like a floating duck in the middle of the room. It is now Scoot's turn.
I don't like ducks. How close am I? Am I 30
You're
feet?
like 10 feet away.
Oh, sweet. Let's advance 10 feet.
Sure.
With a great axe.
Do you just set down Zay gently?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Just Lark, take care of Zay. I will, yes. I'm going to go ahead and take a big old swing at this disoriented baby beholder. That's a 1.
Crit fail.
Another dead die.
That dice, there's a reason I bought 400 dice when I was out of PAX, just so I could do that.
So the gazer, its central eye focuses on you as you approach it. It's within 5 feet. And even though its other beams are kind of discoing around the room right now, you take a big swing at it, and it's so small that it kind of like flips over your axe blade as you come towards it, and latches onto your axe, like the handle of the axe, with its teeth as it swings around. And as the momentum carries it back towards you as you do your backswing with your axe, it actually rolls down the handle of your axe and kind of thumps into your shoulder and takes a chomp out of your shoulder.
Bastard.
However, your armor is enough to deflect the damage. It's got little tiny teeth, and it's just kind of gnawing on your shoulder at this point.
Gotcha.
This small eyeball thing.
In issue of full disclosure, I don't actually have any armor.
You have no armor.
I'm using unarmored defense.
So what are you wearing?
A nice tan.
Really? You're shirtless.
I probably got some. I got at least keeping the junk in tight, and then a belt. But unarmored defense is a barbarian thing. Where if I'm not wearing armor, my armor class is 10 plus my dex mod plus my con, so it's 14.
So you see yourself as naked.
Not naked.
I mean, except for
waist
like a
up,
modestly naked.
Waist up, and then I don't know, maybe like some weak shoulder things right now.
Sure, like you keep your great axe tied to like some sort of harness.
But I just wanted to let you know that yes, I don't strictly have armor on.
All right. Well, then it tries to chomp into your shoulder, and it feels like splinters of wood.
Yeah. Like
that kind of fine poking, but it doesn't hurt you really.
Okay. I just wanted to give you that option.
Yeah. Next.
Many years from now, you may find scars.
If I think about my scars, they'll come back.
Renair from the back of the line pulls a dagger from his cloak and throws it at the thing.
One shots it.
And does 7 damage.
Is that why he came along, so we'd have some ranged damage?
No, it's actually pretty smooth. Like he's had some like skill in this sort of thing, like with rapier dagger combat, and so right over all your shoulders and hits the thing and kind of knocks it off your shoulders, Scoot. It kind of like bobbles and lands on the ground.
Thank you, Rainier.
With a gout of green blood,
leaving
a mark on your shoulder.
That was gonna get in me.
Yeah, now you're gonna become one. That's how it goes.
If I start growing extra eyes, you guys tell me, okay?
Yep.
Tiny little half orc.
No, green blood on.
He is writing a note right now because this is going to be a storyline in about
Lark
2 months.
Okay, so how far away did it roll?
Oh, like 5 feet.
Okay, so I'm still okay. Cool. Then I am gonna step out from behind Scoot and do a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17, 20, 20.
Yeah, you can roll that again for advantage if you want. See if you crit, but otherwise, yeah, it's a hit.
I'll just go with this.
Yeah.
And then I get a second d6 of damage because that's my sneak attack. 2, 4 plus dex plus proficiency.
No proficiency on damage.
Okay, so then it's 9.
You kill it dead. You're
right in the eye.
Yeah.
That's all I had to do?
It's like a shish kebab at this point. It's grapefruit size. It's still there. Like swinging around as you wave your rapier around. You're surprised. It had one glaring weak spot. And
gross!
And it kind of goes... and dies.
It touched me.
Yep.
It's like,
why? I was so young.
Okay.
so young.
That's just a baby.
I'm totally going to tell everyone I killed a beholder, Scoot.
Yeah.
You know from Bolo's Guide to Monsters that was not in fact a beholder. It was called a gazer. It's related to a beholder. But it's like a little...
Even though it was just a gazer, I'm still going to tell everyone that I killed a baby. No, I'm just going to say a beholder.
Small
beholder.
Yeah.
An undersized, malnutritioned beholder.
So there was a gazer, I guess, guarding the entrance to the hideout, maybe.
I wonder if it's the only one. We should probably be a little more cautious as we approach.
Would this gazer have relayed? Is that a thing they do? Relayed what it saw?
Telepathy.
As far as you would know from Bolo's Guide to Monsters, they do not have that ability. They are telekinetic, but they don't have, like, super long range, like, communication skills.
What if it was just hanging out here? What if it wasn't guarding anything?
Yeah. He did fire on us first. Although I guess it was because Zay said kill it.
Zay was aggressive in her ways.
So this is that was at the base of a ladder leading up. Is that correct?
Yep, and then there's 2 more pipes going off in either direction.
And there's a yellow symbol at the base of the ladder.
Nope, it's going down one of the pipes to the left.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of want to sneak up and see what is at the top of this ladder.
I do too. Are you sneakier than me, probably?
Stealth is my expertise.
Oh, yeah, you do that. Instead of me.
Roll
That's
stealth.
a good plan.
There's a 3 + 7, 10.
10. So you make your way up this ladder, and you're able to lift this sort of slab of stone that's above it and push it aside. And you find yourself in what looks like the tavern of some sort of an inn. And the smell of flour and kind of preservatives hits your nose. Seems like it's kind of a quiet place right now.
Okay, I'm going to slide this stone back into place and come down the ladder. Share that information with the group.
What tavern?
A flowery one.
Got it.
Like
maybe they
baking flour?
Yeah,
or potentially breading.
and it seemed quiet. So,
Oh, perfect time to go find out what tavern.
but it's at night. I mean, it's nighttime now, so
So it's past bar close?
Yeah.
Do bars close in Waterdeep?
No more berry
Depends on
stuff.
the bar.
No more berries.
No more berry stuff.
But I've yet to enjoy... Oh, that's not true. I
So-
have enjoyed some... Where are we? The dock wards. I was not impressed.
yeah, I think that's going to be your experience regardless of where we stop.
All right. I don't need to go to this tavern then.
And it clicks in your head that the smell of the flour is related to the fish and chips that they serve in any of the taverns here. They use it for breading, and the oil and the flour kind of.
We had been retreating lower and lower and lower. Now we're sort of have worked our way back up to the point where we're near a basement.
Yeah, it's been a very spiraling thing. But the ladder was maybe 30 feet up this pole to where this
Oh,
basement
okay.
was.
So we're still...
There was a pipe with the marking on it going down.
Yep.
So this was just, to me, it seemed like a shortcut if we needed to get back and know where we are when we need to get out. Just kind of having a landmark.
So you think I should go up and take a look
If
around?
there's no one around, just see if you can identify what the place is. Look for a menu or a sign or something like that, just to see.
I mean, I've never
That's a
had
great-
fish and
very
chips.
good idea.
So if you find any, you want to bring me some back.
Okay.
I'd be
Fetch
cool with
quest.
that.
All right. That's what I would like to attempt. To
Okay.
go back up and identify which place it is.
Roll
And
investigation.
get fish and chips.
I rolled a 2 and I have +3, so a 5.
That would have been an excellent time for some guidance.
So
Oh.
there's a small staircase leading up to what looks like the main level of this inn, and as you're poking around this basement, you don't find any telltale signs of what the name of this place is until you come to this. What looks like a large sort of a wardrobe, but it's very cold as you approach it, and you're able to open it, and you see that inside is stored all this food, like fish and chips and kippered herring and that kind of thing, whatever, like the leftovers from the last day. And a lot of this food has a marking on it, a sort of a little, like a toothpick, little marking that says, "The Spouting Fish." And as you read that, you hear a voice up ahead saying,
Harry, is that you? Why are you awake at this hour? You're not getting into the kippered herring again, are you?
Get the kippered herring and run.
I'm going to grab a fish and chips and sprint back to the...
Yes.
Sprint back to
What was the name
ladder.
of it?
"Do you close the thing?" Or
The
icebox?
Icebox. I do close the icebox, and I make it head back to the ladder and see if I can drag the stone on top of me before I'm spotted.
And you do.
Okay, and it was the spotted...
The Spouting Fish,
Spouting fish.
which you two would know as a place pretty well known for its seafood.
And
Okay, so-
Harry's there, and he hits the icebox too often.
So what?
Yeah, it's a spouting fish.
Oh,
And I brought you some fish and chips today. Cool.
Hooray! I use my druid craft to light a small flame to unfreeze it. And while I'm enjoying my fish and chips, I ask... Shoot, what was my question? I was so excited about having some fish and chips.
you are really committed to the mime work too.
Yeah, I wish you guys could see this. I'm transported.
She's holding fish and chips like it's a bottle of wine.
No, this is my hand
Oh,
with the flame, and this
gotcha.
is the fish and chips in my other hand
Okay.
that's cooking. Clearly.
It's fried food. It sounds soggy and...
I know it's awful. It is probably dreadful.
The flames have to make it a little crispy again, though. But it's kind of, you have to be careful when you're holding it.
Oh, so my question is, do we think that the gazer was to protect the spouting fish from the Xanathar?
Zentarim?
Xantarim? What's Xanathar?
The Xanathar are the people that you're tracking right now. The Zentarim are the black leather.
Right, no, yeah. So is the spouting fish part of the X group? Or is it to protect them from the X group? Like, are they trying to keep the guild away from the spouting fish? Or are they part of the spouting fishes? Or, like, is the spouting fish, like, a refuge for them?
Yeah. Or
like,
is it coincidental?
But because there wasn't a marking.
And Renair says, I don't think that they built these sewers. It's just probably just a happenstance, yeah.
All right, moving along.
Yeah, I think we should follow the markings.
Yeah.
We got our fish and chips. We got an idea where we are.
We learned about Harry.
And we learned about Harry.
And we can use that as an escape route or a way back in if we need to, as Scoot pointed out.
Harry.
Renair's like, we should probably be careful, though. I think we might have just killed their sentry. Do you still have it dangling from your
Yeah,
sword?
it's still
Okay.
on my rapier.
That whole time you were up in the spouting fish,
Dripping
you were just
blood
you're just
into
dripping
gazer.
green gazer blood all over the place.
Yeah.
I would
There's an obvious trail from the icebox.
Harry, what happened to you?
No, I would have taken it off and wiped my blade off. It's on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Because I like the other way too.
So it's all floating down now. It all floats down. The gazer is disappearing into the darkness.
Okay,
Ooh.
cool. So we're going down the left, and you have your hand in mouth full with fish and chips.
Yeah, but I'm a fast eater.
Okay.
So at this point, the sewage is thicker in this part of the sewer as you've gone downwards into the depths.
Oh, I'm glad I
There's
put
like
my wellies on.
There's a foot of sludge and sewage.
Are we
kind
like
of running
tromping
by.
through it?
Well, there's small like ledges that you can walk along to try and stay out of it. You have to like bend over and kind of like almost crawl to not get into it because the pipes aren't that big. Zay is walking through it with her wellies on.
Lark would be pretty obsessively trying to avoid stepping in any of it.
Sure.
Scoot doesn't care.
So at this point, Renair is crawling very carefully, and he's like, "We should maybe keep our voices down."
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll use stage whispers.
Stage whispers.
Stage whispers, great. And he says, "Scoot, what do you see down this pipe?"
I look down the pipe.
Roll perception.
23.
Nice. So you see at the very edge of your dark vision, that this sewer tunnel expands into a circular hub, and you see directly. Well, I guess so. The circular hub kind of continues past where you're looking, but along the wall at the edge of it, you're able to see a small slit. Looks like an arrow slit or something.
Ooh. Yeah, so I described that to everybody and what I think it means. Especially the part about the arrow slit.
What do you think it means?
I think it means somebody's looking and will shoot us with an arrow and we won't be able to do anything.
So, we might be at the Xanathar's hideout?
We're getting close.
Okay.
Do you still have light on you, any of you? Still have the dancing lights?
I last used them to blind the gazer.
Right.
And we wouldn't have needed them to go up and get the fish and chips.
No, but if you're going along the pipe, then are you just like holding hands and following Scoot, or do somebody of you
So
have
Scoot
light?
has dark vision.
I think we probably would have the lights back.
Yeah.
I can see 60 feet without it, so.
And if Scoot is saying there's an arrow slit, there's the high possibility of someone there who could see us.
Possibly.
So I'm thinking we should extinguish these lights in our land, Scoot.
I like that idea.
Sweet. I extinguish the lights.
And you're in darkness, except for Scoot.
Yep, sure am.
Make good
Renair's like,
choices, Scoot.
I'm really worried.
Does Renair?
Renair.
Is he blind too?
Yes.
So, this is around a bend or just 60 feet in front of us?
It's pretty much at the end of this pipe. There's like a small alcove, this big circular area, and one of the walls has an arrow slit on
So
it.
they would have seen that there was a light that was just extinguished were there someone watching.
If there's somebody watching, they probably would have seen it. But it's at an angle, so they might not have.
It is at a slight angle, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to move 5 feet from where I had been standing before. Just in case.
Yeah, that's prudent. Is there anything? Is it just a clear hallway or a tunnel, right?
Yeah, it's this pipe. It's about 5 feet wide.
About 5 feet wide. Is there anything? There's nothing to hide behind or anything like that. It's just
Not
pretty
as a
much
pipe.
clear.
There's that circular pillar behind you, but that's a ways back.
Okay.
I take out my rope and say, hey, Scoot, take this part of the rope. And then I start making sure everyone else has part of the rope too, so we don't lose each other in the dark.
Thanks, Zay.
Renera takes the end of it.
You're smart.
I'm not picking it up because it's a 5 foot wide tunnel. And I'm just going, no.
Scoot's voice is getting farther away, but we're not moving.
I follow the sultry sound of Scoot's voice.
So do you go forward, Scoot, or what do you do?
I guess there's nothing to hide behind.
No.
This is,
Besides each other.
I was going to say, besides Scoot.
So
Except I don't know where he is anymore because you refuse to take my
I'm going to be a stealth. This is low and slow.
Sure. Roll stealth.
Everybody?
Just you if you're the one going forward.
Cool.
If everybody is, then yeah, everybody.
All right. Well, I'll lead the way, and if something happens, I will let people know. 5.
Okay.
Be very stealthy, Scoot.
Got it.
So you make your way, sloshing through the water, kind of very quietly, but still noticeably,
Yep.
slowly. And you come to this round area in the pipe, and the passage continues forward, but there's a stone door set along the wall of this circular area adjacent to the pipe direction that you're traveling. And there's a small stone ledge below this door that you can step on. It's about 5 feet wide. And you see now as you get into that there's these 2 arrow slits on each side of this circular area, kind of at an angle to this door. But you don't see any light or any movement through the arrow slits.
I guess, let's see, what would be a good thing to do? I would... Is there any... I want to pick up a pebble or something and throw it into the whatever water or garbage, just to try to let people know. Just as a sign. Just even though we didn't give any signs or any indications that we should be doing anything.
And you all hear that.
And then another one. Almost rhythmically.
Okay.
Just to see if it draws anybody forward. Without me yelling, come forward!
I think he's telling us to stay back.
I heard 2 blooms. I think that means go forward.
One if by land and 2 if by sea.
Die on the opposite side, she'll be.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow whichever way the rope leads me, so...
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're coming, so I'm going to go check out the door.
Yeah. So the door seems to be unlocked. It's on a loose hinge.
It's on a loose hinge?
Yep.
All right.
There's not even like something to keep it closed. It just swings open as you touch it.
Cool. Door's opened now.
Do we see a light then?
I try to look at the door real close, end up opening it with my head again.
It seems to be pitch black in this hallway.
Okay.
But there's no movement in this door. You just see like a narrow hallway that kind of jags to the left and then over, so you can't really see what's beyond. But it seems to be a dirty-looking, like maintenance path to something in the sewer.
Would we have heard the door open?
Probably not. But you would have felt the tug of the rope, and if you were following this rope.
I was going to say, I have a tinderbox and some torches. Would it be? Could I find something just make a spark with the tinderbox?
Yeah,
to kind of indicate to
definitely.
them. Yes.
So you see a small. The only light in this tunnel now, as you've been in pitch black for like 5 minutes, is this small match in front of Scoot's face.
And then if anything, I just a hand and.
Yeah.
I go up there.
I follow.
Okay.
Approach.
And now you're all together in this little alcove by the doorway.
Come on, Renera.
Reneer's silent.
All right.
All right.
What do we see? What's in the alcove?
Scoot. Where do we go?
I don't know. I got you guys this far. So then I would creep up further and go into that little. It's kind of like a little S-bend sort of a thing.
And on the opposite wall, you see a big paint of this circle with 10 spokes in yellow.
Yeah.
I think we're in the right place.
Yep, it's an S-bend, exactly.
Yep.
So at the end of it, there's another door, a stone door.
All right. Well, I bring everybody up towards that then.
Mm-hmm. And you open it?
I'll look at it first. See if there's any because we haven't seen the door, right? It's in an S-bend.
Well, I'm saying if you go around the S-bend.
It's just a regular stone door?
Yep.
Okay. Any voices on the other side?
No.
Kendra looked at you to interject something.
Just the drip of water. It's kind of omnipresent in these sewers.
like to approach the door and see if I can hear anything on the other side with perception.
Mm-hmm. Roll it.
16 total.
You hear a light snoring sound.
There's something sleeping on me. I crawl a little bit back towards closer to them. There's something sleeping on the other side of this door.
Okay. Great.
Do you think it might be Floon? I don't.
Renee's like, Floon doesn't snore.
Oh, really?
I know this.
You're gonna make such beautiful babies.
That hair, though. Everywhere. If that person is sleeping, we could catch them unawares.
Surprise attack?
I would like to sneak in there and see. Do you guys object?
I would do not. In fact, I would like to offer you some guidance.
Okay, great. Thanks. Lark, if you hear me scream, come save me. I mean, Scoot. Scoot.
Did you just call yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scoot, if you hear
I'll
me
be right
scream,
there.
come save me.
He's just psyching himself up. He's like, Lark.
Do this, Mark. You got this. Just like a ruin.
All right, so give me a roll for stealth.
What did you roll before?
Stealth.
Like when we were entering this area to begin with, you rolled stealth for that. Roll it again.
That was me.
No.
It
I was
Scoot?
the one who rolled stuff.
Scoot was the only one
Oh,
who
I
rolled
thought
for
everybody
stuff.
did. Okay. Yeah, so roll stealth.
Okay,
Yeah.
18.
18.
You want a 1d4 on that too?
Plus
with
a
the guidance?
1d4 guidance of 20.
You are like the night. What light do you have? If any?
None. Oh, that's a good point.
It's really dark.
Do you want some lights?
Well, when he opens the door, is that also there's no light?
Correct.
There's no candle.
So you silently open the door.
I do have a hooded lantern.
Mhm.
Probably is not going to be dark enough. I also have a tinderbox, so maybe...
What do you notice once you open the door?
Complete darkness.
And
Smell? Anything?
You hear this snoring sound coming from a barely visible slit in the wall, kind of around the corner.
Okay. I will gesture everybody into the room, I guess, so
Tug
they
on the
can
rope.
see this
Yeah.
too. Yep, tug on the rope. Yeah. We need... Scoot, can you see any more than me? It's really dark in here.
Probably.
Yeah, so you head in, Scoot, and you see what looks like a small humanoid figure kind of hunched over with a hood and a crossbow in its arms, but it's just like laying against the wall, snoring loudly. It's sitting on like a little sleeping bag. It's got like an empty bottle next to it.
Like Nutsy the Vulture in Robin Hood.
yeah.
Exactly. In Rowan Crooks.
Yeah, and Rowan Crooks.
No, yes.
What? Yeah. Zutsy the Vulture. Exactly like that, yeah.
So that's what I see. A smaller figure holding a crossbow, asleep on a sleeping bag.
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of sitting up and leaning on the wall.
Kind of sitting up, leaning on the wall. What else? Do I see other doors or passages in this room?
Yeah, there's a door kind of across the room. So it's like a rectangle, and you're on the far side, and there's a door on the far side opposite you, and then this small humanoid is on the end of the room by this slit in the wall.
Gotcha. Well, I would just run up there and grab them, but I don't know how many other people are around. So,
What do you mean? How many of your team?
No, how many people are on the other side of that door? I don't know if that's the only guy here. He seems like a sentry, but I don't know.
And we see that the far side of the door is lit because we can see the slit.
It's just slightly lighter, like from some ambient light in the hallway.
Okay.
But it's all shades of dark at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would. How loud is it to fire up a tinderbox or matches? It's
Pretty quiet.
pretty quiet.
You
can just produce flame, right?
Mhm.
I'd say produce a small amount of flame, and then we have enough for Lark to go up there and say hi with the blade. I would.
Which direction should I send the light?
I would.
I think I can set something on fire.
I would set something on fire behind us so that it's not getting in that person's face.
Okay, I'm going to light a tiny torch behind me. I'm going to turn around and...
Okay.
so that
And this is
I'm not facing it.
So this is to create dim light in the rest of the room.
Yep. And you can all clearly see now the sleeping figure. Looks like it has green skin.
Green skin.
Green skin.
It's track 9.
Still working on that album.
So I think would have been influenced by Scoot's suggestion that I kill him. So I'm going to continue my sneak, or unless you want me to reroll for sneak, or I'll sneak over there and sneak attack with the dagger. Do I do that with advantage because he's sleeping?
Correct.
Well, so 13 plus.
Huge hit.
Okay, yeah, that's even without modifiers.
Yep.
Okay, then I have 8 points of damage.
That's enough to kill him. So you stab this creature,
Quietly.
and it slumps backwards with a gurgle. And you can see that it's a gurgles.
I'm telling that guy to be quiet when he dies.
You can see it's a goblin as you're cradling this body of this thing you just killed.
So that it gently falls instead of loudly.
Exactly.
That's a good idea, Lark.
But there was a gurgle, so not perfect.
And there's silence in the room after that.
Okay.
Rowan's like, or not Rowan, Renair's like, thumbs up.
I take the crossbow.
Totally.
Nice.
Is it like just a regular
Light crossbow.
a light crossbow?
Yep.
Good, because I can use those.
Excellent.
Built for a goblin.
Should I keep this lit or should I put it out for now?
Well, if you guys want to see anything else around here for
Yeah,
a moment.
I think you can keep it lit for a little bit.
Okay.
Renair's like, let's go. I really like being able to see.
All right. I hand my torch. Should we still have Scoot Scout? That
Well, he doesn't need the light.
Right, exactly. That's why I was going to hand it to him. But
Got
if he's
it.
scouting, then I'll keep the torch and remain behind Scoot.
You should be behind the furthest person in the back.
I'm behind
Everybody.
at least
Everybody.
Scoot.
Yes.
Okay.
So this door stands menacingly. It's made of stone. It's a door. How do you react?
I intimidate it.
Okay.
He
With
rages.
I rage against the
your
door.
naked torso.
Still hung up on that, huh?
I persuade the door.
She sings to it.
All right.
The door is unflinching and unbowed.
All right. Well, that didn't work. We should try manhunting.
But it has a little
Probably
hole
just
in
give
it.
up. This door does not. No, it's just a stone
Oh, where
door.
did the hole come?
There's an
I'm
arrow slit on the
imagining
far
things.
wall
It
where
was
the
an
goblin
arrow
is
slit.
sitting.
Got it.
This door is just a door.
Any sounds coming from the other side?
Roll perception.
I mean, and we could see light too, right?
No. The arrow slit was slightly distinct on this wall.
Oh.
But this door, if you go up to it, Zay, and you listen,
I do.
you hear the faint sound of conversation. Like not right outside, but far away.
Okay. Far on the far side of this stone door, there are people talking.
Okay. Are they talking in Goblin?
Can I tell? I got like an 18.
You can't really tell. It's too muffled.
It's too muffled. I can't tell.
Okay. I think we should go through.
All right.
Is
Scoot,
it just?
go.
It's just a heavy door?
Yep.
Okay.
Let the half of them open.
So we don't know if we'll be able to see on the far side of it. Can we strategize before we push open this door?
We can throw it open, and I will send all my lights through, and they will be shocked by the sudden influx of light and be stunned.
And then mock them.
I'm wondering if it already is lit on the other side and we just can't tell. And so then we'll be the only ones who are like, about the bright light. Am I overthinking this?
No, that's a really good point.
So anyway, I prepare my dagger.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should put out my torch.
We could open the door and stay here instead of rushing,
Ooh.
and they might come to investigate into the darkness.
Ooh. Oh, and does anybody speak Goblin?
Nope, not me.
Renair shakes his head.
I don't.
Rainier, you're useless.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
That's what my father always says.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. We love you.
It's okay.
We think you're great.
It all comes back to him.
I know a song in Goblin, but I don't know what it means. I could sing the lyrics or speak them, and maybe it will be convincing.
Drunkenly.
I will drunkenly slur the
And maybe they'll
lyrics
come
to this
yell at
Goblin
him.
song.
Because they know he's been drinking on the
Right.
job yet again.
You gonna do that?
Does she know a song in Goblin?
I also have +5 persuasion.
Roll
so
performance.
Bullshit.
Man, I hope your
All
voice
right.
sounds like that one.
So, do we want them to open the door? Or do we want to slightly ajar so they can... Or she can just loudly start singing
While she
Goblin?
starts singing, I'm going to start cracking the door open.
6
Okay, I'm going to put out my torch.
+5, 11 in performance.
Okay, so Scoot gently cracks the door open, and Ilka begins to sing. And you see that through the door, there's this stairway going downwards, about 30 feet, and as the hallway continues into the darkness that way. And you begin to sing in Goblin. What's the song about? You don't know. You don't know. You just start saying Goblin words to a tune.
I know there's a sailor in the song, and he was a pirate on a little ship, and he neglected his duties, and they were going to throw him overboard. But other than that, it mostly just sounds like Goblin syllables to me.
Okay. And after about 30 seconds, you hear a really gruff voice from down the hallway say, "Oi, shut up!"
In common?
In comment.
Okay, so we know... Yolka is very excited about this.
All of that expression carried over the microphone.
It fucking worked! Sorry, what was it?
Do you keep singing or?
Oh yeah, I keep singing. Louder.
Okay. The voice is like, "All right, we're gonna get the boss. You better shut up."
Okay, I don't think we want the boss, guys. Do we want the boss? Maybe they'll send just the boss. And then...
I falter in my singing for a moment.
Reasonable.
Then I leap to my feet and gloriously proclaim the chorus.
All right, and from down the hall,
Oh no. I hide behind the door.
you see these two humanoid figures coming. Scoot, do you still have light in illuminating?
No,
yours right now?
I did not. I put the
There's
torch
no
out.
light in here. We've been in the darkness a while.
Okay, so now you see a light coming down the corridor. It looks like two humanoid figures. One is a dwarf and one is a human. The human is bald, and you actually recognize him, Scoot, if you're looking, from the Yawning Portal Tavern. He's got tattoos of eyeballs all over his head.
Ooh.
The dude that rolled into the yawning portal?
Correct.
Oh.
You've been wanting to talk to him.
Wait, what?
You've been wanting to talk to him.
No,
Yes.
you wanted to chase him down the portal.
He jumped down the hole!
Yes.
Now we found him.
Ilka's
I mean,
So-
very
so Scoot is the only one that sees this, all right? The rest
Right.
of us are standing
Right.
off to
Yes.
the side of the door.
Right.
Okay.
I am gonna point to Lark and kind of gesticulate for him to hide next to the door.
Yeah.
Maybe with a stabby device.
Yep, I am hiding
I'm
beside the
drawing
door
my
with a
finger
stabby
over my
device.
throat.
You're still singing, though?
I have my
I'm
rip-
singing, I'm pointing.
I have my rapier out and I'm standing beside the door.
So the door's open all the way, a little bit.
All the way.
It's open all the way. Okay, I'm on the other side of that door.
And Zay?
Great axe ready.
I am hiding behind Rainier.
And I know there are two figures coming this way.
Yes.
Do I have any indication that there is anybody else coming?
No. You just saw these two. They're kind of grumbling and talking to each other. As they
Somebody
go.
said we're going to get the boss.
Yep.
So that to me would indicate three people. So that's why I was wondering. So, yeah.
I have my dagger pulled.
But I only see two. So I am...
Well, also, they came very quickly. Like, there probably wasn't enough time to, like, go get somebody.
Okay, well...
So they were, like, threatening. but,
Gotcha.
You know, maybe they didn't actually.
Okay, so I know two are coming. Okay, so yeah, my hope is that they come in here at a bit of a pace, and the first guy doesn't see me, and then I just wall up the second guy.
Okay.
The classic yawning portal technique.
The two of them enter at the same time, so let's use the initiative from last time. So that would... Sorry. Well, Scoot, since you said it, you can go first.
This would
Then we'll go
be
around
this
circle.
would be in a reaction. This if we're not in initiative yet, this would be.
This is a surprise
or an
round.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So roll your attack with advantage.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I only have two of these left because I keep killing my dice. I'll take the 17, which would be a 23.
Big hit. Which one are you attacking? The dwarf or the human?
Human. If I recognize, I didn't recognize the human. I just recognized the dwarf.
You recognize the human as the one from the yawning.
Oh,
Portal.
not the dwarf.
You do not recognize.
Oh, then I'm gonna hit the dwarf.
Okay.
This will be fun. I play a dwarf in the other campaign, so this will feel good. 1d12 plus 3.
Sort of
5.
self-punishing.
Yeah, a little self-mutilation. I don't mind.
How much damage?
5.
5.
This pink 1d12 has not been working for me either.
5. So you chunk into the dwarf.
Going with the purple one.
He's shocked and he whirls around towards you. And says, "What the?" As you go and like knock the wind out. He starts coughing. Lark.
Is this with advantage also?
Yes. Yep. You all get an advantage attack.
10 plus 3 plus 15. On the dwarf.
On the dwarf. It clanks against his armor. He's got some sort of a like half plate armor on him, and it does not contact. As he whirls around towards Scoot, it deflects your attack. Zay. Yes.
I drop my dagger and I pull my quarterstaff and try to trip him, the human.
Okay. Again. You say I'm going to hit you this time also.
We'll see.
I'm going to trip you.
Total yawning portal.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it! Can I use my inspiration?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Damn it.
That's a hit.
Okay.
12.
I try to. I put my quarterstaff down in front of him to try to trip him.
Mm-hmm.
I succeed.
Now he'll make a dexterity save.
Okay.
So. Yeah, he totally fails. So he falls flat on his face in front of all of you.
Ah! I tripped you now.
you say it afterwards this time. I get it in the right order.
He's like, this is not my day. Oh.
He's like, wait, I know these people.
He's like, God damn it. You.
And then
you.
You again. How does the inspiration die work then? That it was a
That's
one-time
gone now,
use?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Ilka.
The dwarf has been struck.
Yes.
The human has been tripped.
Yes.
I'm going to draw my rapier and hold it to the human and tell the dwarf to drop his weapon or I'll kill him.
Okay.
Now we see, human, how much this dwarf gives a shit.
Exactly. So the dwarf looks down at his friend for a second, lowers his axe, and then turns towards Scoot, and with a grim nod, kicks you square in the chest. But as he does, he kind of throws his axe back and grows 5 feet in size.
Now his armor will fit me.
Magically. Armor grows with him. It's bigger than you. He's bigger than anybody in this room at this point.
Holy shit.
And then he comes down with his axe on you, Scoot.
Oh boy.
There's an 18 hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Cool.
That was
You take 8 damage.
Ooh,
Piercing damage.
Piercing.
Ooh. Wait, does that...
Sorry, slashing damage.
Slashing.
Yeah.
All feels like damage to me.
Yeah, I should read up about that. I don't need to, as long as you know, I suppose.
And the human's like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please. Ilka?
I instruct the human, you need to tell him to drop his weapon immediately or we will kill you. Do you have any power over this dwarf?
He's like, drop your fucking weapon, Zemk! The dwarf is not listening to him. And you notice this dwarf, as it gets larger, it's very clear in this room now that it has skin, that it has white hair and skin that is the color of ash, and red eyes, almost like a drow. But it's not a normal dwarf.
I can kill a human? Any objections?
Well, he's got information.
I mean, he would know.
True.
Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, I'm torn, especially since
Either way.
I know.
I'm
I'm out of spell slots.
Do what Ilka would do.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like she would follow through on her threats. No, actually, I have no idea what Ilka would do. Maybe she would.
He's like, I feel like you would follow through on your threats.
Do it, Ilka. No. Make the smart choice.
This is a moral crossroads here.
Right. I'm thinking placement. The dwarf's back is to me.
Yes.
Can I throw my rapier? Am I close enough to stab him with it?
You're close enough to stab him, yeah. It'd be like a 5-foot move.
Yeah, I'm gonna then turn it on him and try to stab him in the back.
Sure, do it. Roll with advantage.
Ooh, roll with advantage.
Roll with advantage.
12 is more than 1.
Do you want dexterity for that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a rapier.
14.
This is so pretty.
14 plus your proficiency, right? So 16? It's plus 4 for your attack with your dexterity and your proficiency. So
Yes.
a 16 would hit.
Okay.
So then
I step over the human and I stab the dwarf in the back.
You hear an audible sigh beneath you as you lift your rapier up from his neck.
it's a D6.
Yep.
2 plus your dex.
4.
4 damage. You stab him through the chink in his armor, and he barely even flinches. Just kind of growls and doesn't even turn towards you. He's still facing down Scoot.
Oh, man.
Lucky.
Renair at this point dashes in with his rapier and dagger drawn. Rapier? One.
D-stick.
The internet will eventually tell us which one is right.
And hits him 3 times. Twice with the dagger and once with the rapier. For a total of 4 plus 5 plus 3 is 12 damage. Swink, swink, swink. Very Errol Flynn-esque for Lark.
Nice.
Very impressive. Or Daryl Fryn, I don't know. Like Forgotten Realms equivalent is.
Who portrays Rowan
Yeah.
Crooks in the Mummers show when it comes to town.
I figure Lark's eyes are sparkling at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's enough that the dwarf kind of stumbles back. And when he sees Renair, he kind of, his eyebrows furrow and he looks really confused. He's like, wait a minute. What? Oh. But then it's, yeah, exactly. He's like, how did you escape?
We should use this to our advantage.
Yeah.
Who's next in initiative? Lark, I think?
We didn't do initiative.
Right, well, Scoot went, Scoot went
before.
first in the
Yes.
surprise round because you acted first.
Yes.
So now we'll go back in the order again.
Okay.
So now it would be Lark.
So the previous initiative
Previous
order that we
initiative?
had
Yes.
for the,
Yep. Yep.
the gazer? Okay. I have a light crossbow in my hand, but I feel like... Or no, I have my rapier out. Never mind. That's because I just used it. That's what happened. Okay, I'm going to try a sneak attack again because he's engaged with... Alright, that's what I'm doing. 10, 12.
With advantage, did you roll twice? First?
I did not... I don't know that I get advantage. What I get is an extra damage die.
Yeah, but I think in this instance, because everyone's engaging the dwarf, you have advantage because he's distracted.
Great.
Perfect.
That's actually worse. So, a 12 is what I have.
So at this point, the dwarf has has lifted a shield from his back too. He's got this giant shield and his axe. And he's kind of deflecting blows in both directions, and he parries your second attack as well.
Man!
Pretty BA. Ilka, did you get that right? Yeah. Ilka.
He's facing me now?
The dwarf is kind of looking all around.
Looking
Yeah,
all
he's
around.
he's distracted, but he knows you're there.
So we have Scoot behind him with a great axe.
Yep, and Renair and Lark and you.
He's not backing down from any of the 4 of us.
He's kind of surrounded.
I'm gonna try some persuasion and tell him again to throw down his great axe.
Mhm.
Or whatever. What is he holding?
Great axe and shield right now.
Roll persuasion.
14 plus 5, 19.
He kind of pauses for a moment, but then he just roars and seems like he's like almost feral, more animal than rational at this point. And he seems very proud of himself, like he's got this sort of dwarven, I will stand on this hill and fight until I die kind of attitude.
He's in some kind of a rage.
Yeah.
Did Lark say that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
At this point, the human that's on the ground slips a dagger out of his belt. And who's closest to him? Would it be Ilka still, kind of?
Probably.
Everyone stepped away. He stabs you in the foot and
Dick move.
crits you, actually.
Oh, no.
Crits me in the foot.
Crit
yeah.
your toe.
Dealing 5 damage. And then he gets up and tries to run out the direction you guys came. So if anybody wants to make an
Into
attack
the
of opportunity, you
sewer.
can. Into the sewer, correct. In a panic, he leaves the knife in your foot and starts running.
He's run past
I would
all
like
of
to
us.
make an attack of opportunity. How do we...
Sure. You just
can
make an attack roll.
anyone...
Can
Anybody who's
anyone?
next to
I feel
him,
like
which
he's
would be-
closest to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slash down with my rapier because
Yep.
he stabbed me in the foot.
Yep.
Try to take his head off.
Yep. Roll it.
Nice.
13 and Dex 2, 15.
Hits. That'd be a 17, so then you roll
17.
d6 for damage.
And then he's moving away from me as well, right? Because I tripped
Five.
him.
Plus...
7.
7. So you kill him.
Nice.
A backswing, or however you want to do it.
Stab me in the foot!
All right, yeah.
Bitches.
In a brief bloody moment, that whole exchange is over.
Sweet.
As Ilka kills him. The dwarf is breathing heavily now, and he's kind of slumping under the weight of all the attacks. But he's, still furious. So, Zay.
I use druid... Wait. Let me just confirm if I can... I would like to set his beard on fire.
Yeah.
With druidcraft.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure it's not limited to, lighting a candle or something. I don't want to cheat, even though you totally just agreed that I could just do that if I wanted to.
Says you instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
I would say yes. You can definitely try to set his beard on fire.
I'm going to set his beard on fire with druidcraft.
Make a spell attack, so roll
Okay.
add your proficiency in wisdom.
14?
14 will work. So,
Yes!
flaming, raging dwarf in the middle of all of you,
Yeah.
swinging his fiery beard around,
So
sparks
even
and
if he
embers.
survives this, he's going to be super embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's beyond furious at this point. And he actually comes bearing down on you, Zay, as soon as you do that.
Oh, no.
He's like, no! And
This would be a great time for some vicious mockery.
does a 12 hit you?
No.
No, so you are able to duck under his swinging axe and shield as he just tries to pummel you with everything he's got.
I am nimble.
At this point, his defenses are very low. Scoot, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Great axe to him.
Great.
Still got
Axe to
people
the
around
back. Yep.
9 plus 5. 14.
14 will hit.
Neat. I'm down to my last D12 because the rest of them sucked. That is also, that sucks too. 5.
No, you have that cord. You keep
Nah,
running.
it's 5. It's 5. I got a 5.
5. That's enough to kill him.
Yay!
Just
Wow.
barely. Like you hit him once, and he goes down on one knee, and then you hit him again, and he kind of falls down onto one arm.
Mm-hmm.
And the third time, as everyone kind of threatens around him, he just collapses and takes his last breath, or death rattle. And he shrinks back down to regular dwarf size.
Oh.
Minus the beard.
Minus a beard, right.
Minus the beard.
And his
So like
eyebrows.
half the size of a regular dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even his corpse will be shaved. Buried, beardless.
You see the ghosts of his ancestors shaking their heads as they look down at this poor beardless dwarf.
That's sad.
So, you have defeated the dwarf-ish creature and the human from before. You've resolved that issue by killing.
Sweet. I would like to inspect the human now that he's dead, because
Sure.
I can't get any interrogation information out of him. Hopefully his corpse can tell me something.
Right. Are you using the dancing flames or dancing lights as an illumination at this point, or your torch?
You had a torch?
Zay's torch.
Actually, it's probably pretty dark because I put the torch on.
Right.
I will cast some dancing lights.
Blue green flame.
My favorite kind.
So the lights circle around this body, and you see that it looks like it's been through the ringer. This guy is covered in dirt and mud and maybe even blood. He's got cuts, like fresh scrapes, and he doesn't seem to have much on him aside from 2 daggers, including the one that he was holding, and a small pouch with 1 empty vial in it and 1 vial that's full of a warm sort of orange liquid.
I'm definitely taking the pouch with
Yep.
the 2 bottles.
Yep, it's like a
I'm
hip
gonna
pouch.
Tie it onto my hip. Are his daggers nicer than mine?
No.
I'm just feeling super bad that, this guy survived the yawning portal. Jumping down the yawning portal, he scrapes and claws his way back to his home, and then we're like, oh, just kidding. And now he's dead.
We tried to let him live.
He stabbed me in the
It's
foot.
true.
It wasn't even
It's
dignified,
true.
was it? It was like the explosion going off behind you and you're not even looking. It was just a...
Yeah. So the other vial is Alchemist's Fire. You recognize it.
Alchemist's Fire.
Yep.
Do I know what that does?
It sort of explodes like a Molotov cocktail when you throw it.
Exciting.
Yep. But it does acid damage instead of fire. It's the sort of like Greek fire kind of thing.
Is there anything else we can learn about this body? It has purple eyeball
Purple
tattoo.
eyeball tattoos on its head, which remind you of Floon when you see them, because he also had eyeballs all over his head.
Further connections to our little gnome friend.
I'm going to ask the group what they remember. Is there anything they see in these eyeballs, in these tattoos? Does this tell them anything?
So it does concern me a little bit because the gnome essentially sent us in this direction and wouldn't have if he didn't have some sort of nefarious purpose. He made it seem like, we were trying to glean the information from him, but really he sent us this way. So that has me concerned. Maybe he wants maybe the Stone of Galore is purple. And he wants it.
You figured it out. All right, new campaign. Here we go.
I'm really considering ending this second episode with that. All right, new campaign. And music.
So
That's no further information?
that's all he's got. He seems like he's been through the ringer.
Who's
He
our
really
long-haired
has nothing
dude?
going.
Does he recognize anything?
Renair.
Yeah.
No, Renair seems quiet. He seems to be looking down the hallway, like wondering
If
like,
anyone
if the
else.
boss is coming,
Yeah.
or like if Floon is down there, just trying to figure out what's going on.
I really hope the boss isn't coming.
There's stairs down, and then there's a hallway out, right?
Yes, it just keeps on going into the darkness.
And they came from the hallway.
Yep.
Oh, tough choice.
Did anybody check the dwarf to see what he is?
Not yet.
I figured that's yours.
Oh, all right. I just took the damage. I didn't really do that much. Yeah, I guess we'll check him out.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any possessions on him, aside from a small pack with cleaning supplies, mysteriously, like sort of like fantasy Windex, and like a washcloth and a scrubbing brush.
Interesting.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then he's got the battle axe that he was fighting with, and a small metal shield, and a war pick strapped to his belt.
Ooh, boy. I might like some of that.
And as you inspect him, Lark, you recognize this as a Duergar, since you are the fantasy encyclopedia. Duergar are like dark dwarves from the Underdark. They live underground mostly.
I wrote Dark Dwarf. That's just a guess.
You've never seen one without a beard before. It's kind of weird.
That's
It's
not
too
nice.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. We shouldn't look. We should cover his face.
That's a good point.
Duergar?
Yep, a Duergar.
You said he had an axe and a war pick. What kind of axe? Just a battle axe?
Battle axe, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty salty. I'm going to crouch down with my dagger and cut off the skin of his head that has the tattoos on it.
Ooh. So, like, scalp him?
Pretty much.
Wow.
I think
Grim.
it's going to be at some point useful when we go back to have some evidence of this person.
Where do you put the forehead skin of this man?
I don't know what I can dry it with. It'll be pretty bloody. I'll
it's
dry it on
extremely
his
bloody.
clothes
Okay.
and then fold it and put it in that pouch I just got with the little bottles.
Okay. Renair almost pukes as he
Yeah.
watches you do this.
Lark rolls a nat 1 on not barfing.
So there's this new smell in addition to poop water.
I just look at it and think, scalp in a pouch.
Yeah,
That's the
people
next
can
song
do
title.
Ilka spent some time undead. Her social graces shifted.
Can we spray it with some fantasy Windex to make it smell better?
Good. Yeah, it smells like lemon now.
Lemon and death.
Lemon with just a hint of death.
Oh, that's the emo track. Lemon
So,
with just a hint of
How are you? Sorry, I didn't mean. How are you feeling, Scoot? Is
Conflicted.
Is anyone under the weather?
I'm under the half.
Okay.
I got stabbed in the foot.
Oh yeah, she got stabbed in the foot. Does she have?
It's like half my hit points. I had 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
have 4
bleeding.
now.
You're bleeding pretty hard out of that wound. It definitely needs stitches or something.
And you're out of healing spells,
All out.
correct? So I cast Good Berry, and 10 berries appear in my hand.
Poink.
Yeah. We have rations still, right? So I have no reason to eat a good berry.
Sure.
Okay. How many hit points are you down? Or can we? Is that a thing?
8.
Can we talk about that? Oh, 8? Wow. How many are you down?
5 out of
Okay.
9.
I give each of you 5 good berries.
Wow.
Yay.
They are each
Why are you handing these to me?
because it's important.
Why are you doing it with your actual hands?
Because
Why did
next
I
time we're
take
going to
it?
have a live audience.
That's good practice.
I don't know. It helps me.
Why am I still holding him?
guys? Why am I still holding him? I just gave him to you guys.
We need to know what these movements look like. I hold his head down and I cut off.
So you each have 5 good berries. They replenish 1 hit point each, and you aren't going to feel hungry for like a whole day.
No.
Nice.
Do you still have the fish and chips too?
No, I ate those.
You ate those? Okay.
Yeah, they were all right.
Yeah.
I may have had better. I don't know. I don't remember.
Do the good berries heal you when you eat them? Like 1d4 or something?
1 hit point.
1 hit point
One hit
each.
point each, okay.
And then they sustain you for a day. So if we were starving, we could just eat good berries.
It's like lembas bread. And as you discuss, you suddenly hear this like pinched scream from down the staircase in that dark hallway.
Staircase. So that gives us a good
It's
direction
Floon.
to go in.
Hey, we're here
Rainier,
for a
did that
reason.
sound like
Oh shit,
food?
that's right.
He's like, weirdly, I know this. Yes.
Oh no! Yay! Let's
Yeah.
go into the dungeon-esque area.
So let's go. And he takes off down the hallway.
We follow.
Yes,
I
yeah.
do
Down the
too.
hall-
What
downstairs.
light does he have?
He lights a torch.
Okay,
His back.
well, guess we're committed.
Yep. I run along behind him.
So you go down about 30 feet, and the hallway takes a right in the darkness, and you proceed another 50 feet or so into this lit area. It looks like a sleeping area. You pass by all these kind of hooks on the walls where like tattered clothing and weapons are hung. Into this bigger room with several tattered straw-stuffed mattresses kind of scattered all around. It looks like this is where these two are hanging out. There's 2 ways out of this room. It's empty. There's nobody in there except for you as you get in. There's a stone door in one direction, and then there's this wooden door that's smaller and has like a horrible stink coming out of it. And you can see that the bottom of this door and the top of this door where there's openings are kind of filled in with blankets and like straw, and there's like a bunch of shit stuffed into the openings in this door. And it's just horribly smelly. But other than that, it's this sort of sleeping area with another stone door opposite.
Uh-oh.
And as you make your way down there, it takes like about a minute, and you hear another scream from the direction of that stone door.
Probably not the smelly door.
Probably not the smelly door.
We're kind of following Rainier. What does he do?
Well, he moves towards the stone door and like beckons you over, like, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
On the way, I cast Druidcraft, and the smell of lavender and honeysuckle is in a 5-foot cube around me.
Perfect. So anybody near Zay feels great.
I stand a little closer to Zay as I'm following Rainier. Yeah.
That's the nicest thing.
That is exactly what I wanted, Mark.
I don't want to feel like a third wheel, so I step away.
It's not like that. You're welcome too. Wait,
Lavender and
everybody's
honeysuckle.
So Rainier's like, are we ready? So he has his hand on the stone door.
Yep.
Rapier's out.
Mine's out.
Pushes it open, and it kind of slams against the hallway beyond. And this hallway seems to go on about 50 feet before it opens up into a much wider chamber that's lit with green flame. Not going to say it. So, how do you proceed?
I had to bite my tongue real
Who's
hard.
going in front?
It's Rainier. Isn't he going
You're
first?
telling him to go first? Okay,
Well,
so
he's
Rainier,
been leading the charge the whole way down, so...
you're just following him.
Yeah.
So you make your way down this hallway, and you step into this room. Here, the screaming is very loud at this point. And as you all kind of pile into this larger chamber, you see this pretty big room with kind of pillars holding up the ceiling, going up about 30 feet. And on the far side of this room, there's this raised platform. But in the middle of the room, in front of the platform, is this muscular half-orc, not a half-elk, in dingy robes, standing with his foot on the chest of a male human. And as you see him, like fire burns in this half-orc's hands, and he seems to be kind of torturing this human that's on the ground. His victim cries and squirms helplessly beneath him. The human has red, gold, blonde hair. Seems to be somebody like Rainier, but even more good-looking.
Whoa.
And on the raised platform beyond these two, you see a nightmarish figure wearing black robes. This creature has large, milky white eyes, and it sort of regards you as you enter. Its rubbery purple skin ripples, and you see, instead of a human mouth, it has these sort of 4 tentacles encircling what would be a mouth, and it kind of cradles and gently caresses this disembodied brain with legs that's on its lap, and just kind of watches this torture go down and regards you with pupilless eyes as you enter. What do you do?
Oh my god, it's like a Lovecraftian Dr. No.
I want to go home.
So there's only 2 of them, though?
Yes.
A half orc
And
and
One of the
Legs.
elder gods.
nightmare
that
creature.
And as it sees you, it gets up and begins to glide.
The purple skin.
The purple thing begins to glide towards this door in the side of the room that you see now that you've entered. This big double door. And it kind of holds out a hand and these two doors slam open without being touched. And it proceeds that direction. It's about 30 feet away from you at this point, though.
It's.
And it sets down the brain on the podium.
Leaves the brain and it's trying to leave.
Yep.
Is he about the stature of a gnome? The purple-skinned thing.
No, it's about human-sized.
Oh,
It's about lark-sized, slightly smaller than an average human.
okay.
And Rhaenyra sees it and throws a dagger at it immediately. However, the thing holds out its other hand and catches the dagger in midair like Darth Vader. Just freezes it in space, and the dagger clatters to the ground.
Great.
Okay.
So Lucasfilm's going to be suing us. And...
Everybody's going to be suing us at this point.
I mean, you
This
said
is Rise
life.
Train into oblivion.
That's fair use.
Can we attack if we want to? Do you want us?
Yeah, roll for initiative. Roll for initiative. Let's
Please be
settle
low.
this right.
Please be low. Please be low.
20.
14. No, wait. 16.
Zay is a 9.
Paper. 9, 16,
20 for me.
20.
5.
5. Scoot.
Oh no, again?
Keeping it simple.
You don't hate those dice. All right. So, Lark, you can act first too.
I would like to shoot the half orc with the light crossbow that I took from the goblin.
Definitely. You
I
fire.
roll a 2, so it
And
would
the
be a
shot
5,
clatters into
7.
the distance. And the half-orc jerks up from his business and realizes that there's visitors in the room. And roars at you. And holds both of its arms out, and fire kind of starts to stream out of its hands with embers and smoke. Next is Ilka.
I'm going to try some vicious mockery.
Oh yeah. On who? On what?
On the orc.
Okay.
I will mock it for being incapable of taking on fully armed opponents, that it can only step on someone weaker than it and already at its feet, and that it clearly needs the aid of its master to even make any decisions.
Mm-hmm. And the orc is broken by your words.
No!
The fire instantly goes out, and he hangs his head and looks over at the creature that's leaving and realizes that it does not even care about what he's doing. He put all of his effort into this torture, and the thing just did not give a fuck. And he starts to cry. How much damage does he take? Psychic damage.
Yeah.
What do you want?
It's a D4.
Yeah.
4 damage. Yeah, something just snaps in him and he starts to weep.
Really vulnerable.
Yeah.
Is it also now a disadvantage?
It's hard being
Yes,
a half
yes, yes.
orc.
Attack.
So, do you want to move in or just stay in the doorway? Both of you.
God, that's a good one.
As long as
I
he's
stay.
broken, can I try to convince him to fight on our side?
The half-orc?
Yeah.
Maybe in the next round, if you like,
Okay.
by casting the spell, that probably
Twice.
takes 6 seconds. So, next is the half-orc, who is going to wipe the tears from his face with his hands. And with his spare hand, he's going to take a step forward and launch fire out of his hand at you guys. Everybody make dexterity saves who's in the doorway.
Be all of us.
18.
Please be high. Please be high. Please be high. It's not. 6.
8.
6, 8. Zay?
Can you remind me with the saving throw?
Oh,
So I have some I'm especially good at.
You have +2.
Yeah, not
because you just get your dex, but you're not proficient. So you don't
Okay.
get proficiency
And
bonus.
that would be a +4 if it was for one of the other ones. Okay, yeah, so I'm a 13.
13. So,
Well, actually 20.
Ilka and Scoot, you two are standing more in front of this blast.
Hold on. I think I'm wrong on that. Do I take my saving throw there?
Yes.
Yes.
10.
And still.
Okay.
The two of you are going to take 6 damage as fire courses over you.
Oh man, I'm really glad we had some good berries.
Yeah, those are tasty. In fact, my skin probably smells a little bit like good berries.
And then the orc just sits down and begins to cry. I think that was his best move. Wasn't even good enough to kill you. He's just giving up. Next, the creature, the purple-skinned thing, heads off into the side room, and you can't really see where it's gone at this point. The brain, however, leaps off of this podium where it was standing, lands next to the orc, and
does it have little legs?
It does. It has 4 little dog-like legs. It's like a wolf almost.
Or like a sheep.
Wolf brain.
More
Close
like
out the CD.
Or like a lion, like a small lion. And you see it kind of like shoot these beams of purple energy out of the skull, like this like vibration in the sky, in the air that's visible. And as it does this to the orc, the half orc begins to sort of slump over as its eyes glaze over, almost as if he's going into a coma, visibly in front of you. And the brain is beginning to hum and kind of like even grow a little bit in size, like it's draining something out of him. Next is Zay. You want to think about it while somebody else is their turn?
I do. I want to hold my action.
Okay. Scoot, you would be next.
Okay, so purple floating guy is gone.
Yep.
Brain is eating the orc's head.
Yep.
Half orc's head. And how far away am I from the brain and half orc?
About 30 feet. And as you're watching, the brain suddenly, like this vibration stops, and there's an audible pop in the air, and the brain like shoots into this half orc's head and like passes through its head, and the half orc's body jerks back, and suddenly he stands up, as if possessed, like a puppet.
Oh, balls.
And the brain like squeezes into its head
Okay. I don't like that.
through like a magical opening.
Yeah.
It's the Krang.
Yeah.
That's what I was
The Yerks and the Animorphs.
Kind of like the Yerks, yeah.
All right. Guess it's time to use that rage I got 3 hours ago.
Your drunken rage is
My
what this is. Yeah.
drunken rage, yes. So I'm going to bonus action rage, rush 30 feet up,
Yep.
and swing at that son of a bitch's head.
Okay.
That is 14.
14 hits.
Cool. I have to unretire one of these D12s. That's going to be 4 plus 3 for 7 plus 2 for the rage. So 9 damage.
Yeah, you rip the half-orc's body apart, and from the neck of this half-orc, the brain thing crawls out again with its little wolf legs and faces you down, kind of like trembling with this like psychic energy as it glares at you, Scoot.
Oh, crap.
And as you do that, Zay, what would you like to do?
I move toward Floon, and I would like to roll a medicine check. 16.
16. Yeah, so what are you trying to achieve? He looks really beat up. He's bleeding and burnt.
Is he done? I mean, if
he's not unconscious, but he's like practically there. He's at like 1 health.
Okay. I guess that's all I could figure out.
Yeah, there's a little health bar over his head that you see, and it's almost totally empty. There's a little sliver of red. It's flashing.
Does he have any sort of, like, if I can't click close enough to touch him, so it doesn't matter.
So as you run up to him, and you're kind of like looking at him, very worried as you run across the room. You and Scoot each see a flash of green light from the next room over, and you see through these double doors that the purple skin thing passed through, that there's this massive green portal in this sort of like central podium, and the creature steps through it, and then the portal disappears behind it, and leaves this sort of empty room.
Where is
Carved out of smooth
Renair?
stone. Renair is behind you all right now. He hasn't acted yet. But if Zay is done with her turn, then he will.
I am... So, since I'm, like, 5 feet from... What does my medicine check count as my action?
What do you want to do?
I was going to try to stab the brain.
I don't think you can quite get there since you're small. You run across the
I
room.
don't think I can either.
You kind of have a defensive position near Floon.
Okay, I am standing at ready near Floon.
Take the dodge action.
I'm going to dodge. I'm going to prepare to dodge.
Mm-hmm. And Renair's going to run up next to you and take a defensive position on top of Floon, like standing over him with his rapier and dagger, and do the same thing. Next would be Lark.
I am going to try to shoot the brain with a crossbow.
Yeah. Shoot it.
Come on, I can at least get one crossbow bolt in. God damn it. All right, 9. 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Squish.
D6. Yeah.
Yes.
2 points.
2 points of
Plus
damage.
my dex. 5 points.
And you sense the psychic humming around the brain kind of slows down the arrow like a gel as it passes into the brain, but it does puncture it, and a little bit of purple blood kind of spills out over the thing, but it seems to be almost unhurt.
Son of a...
Next will be Ilka.
I am way far away, right?
Yeah, you're at the 30 feet away by the doorway, next to Lark.
I don't think I can affect the brain from there.
Could viciously knock it.
And your move is 30 feet, isn't it?
Yep, you can move up to it, or...
But would that be...
I just have limited range because I'm small.
Oh, yeah.
She's got 25.
So I could run up to it and try to stab it.
Yeah, so you like run next to Zay and just kind of like totally overtake her and keep going as Zay is pondering the intricacies of Floon's injuries.
I'm going to run over to the brain with my rapier and try to stab it.
Okay, roll it.
9 and a...
4, I think.
Yep.
13.
Hits.
5 and a... 7.
7 damage. So again, as you're swinging down, you feel this resistance in the air as you're hitting this thing, but you still carve into it and leave a line along this brain, and it whirls towards you, and you feel this pulse of psychic energy as it gets furious.
Is it raging too?
It is. You can't tell because it just looks like a brain.
Yeah.
Next is Scoot. Zay.
Is Rainier? Did he do anything? He ran up.
He ran
Yeah,
over
he
into
moved
a
over.
He ran
defensive
up. That's right.
pose.
Zay, it's your turn.
Yeah, I am going to try to stabby stab. I move 5 feet, and I stabby stab the brain. 20?
Hits.
5.
5 damage.
I rolled a 3 plus 2 attack bonus.
Yep, you experience the same sensation. This thing is now it's like hunkering down as these waves of psychic energy kind of pulse off of it towards all of you. But you're all able to sort of flank it from every direction, and it seems very confused. But it lunges towards Rainier and shoots this tendril of psychic energy towards him that you can all visibly see this sort of purple force. And Rainier, his eyes begin to get half-lidded and he stumbles over and kind of sits down next to Floon and looks nearly comatose, but then his eyebrows kind of furrow, and after about 5 seconds, his eyes open again, and you see that he's present again, and he's facing down this thing and sort of holding himself as if he just had this contest of wills with this creature and succeeded. So, next is Lark. Oh, Scoot. Did I skip Scoot? Sorry, Scoot. Scoot, you go.
Yeah.
5.
Yes, I will move over towards him, towards the thing, and attack him.
Hits.
Alright, that was a 14. Come on, big money, no one to stop. And 7 plus 2 plus 2, 12 damage.
12 damage. So your attack manages to plaster the thing. You come right down in the middle of it, or however you want to do it.
That was it.
Yeah, and the two legs kind of
this is going to be anatomy class. I want dissection.
Yeah, and the psychic energy instantly stops. And you all realize you had this kind of buzzing in your head that was like ongoing the whole time you were down here. And all of a sudden you feel free again. And there's silence in this room as the green flame on the walls sputters.
Well, Lark thinks really hard about what Rowan Crooks would say in a time like this and says, "We brained him!" It's the best he could come up with.
Rainier groans. Not related, but it seems as if it's related.
It's just bad timing.
Yeah.
I'm really concerned about that, stink cave back there.
That's what you're focused on.
Priorities.